Hello and welcome to African Rainbow Six, African Rainbow Six Siege, the African R6 League, as Team ATK will be facing off against Incremental as we head to Coastline for our first semi-final of the day. Let's head straight into it. Seen ATK earlier today as they faced off against believe it was, let me just get things right here, don't want to mess this up. Okay, I'll check on that later, but we saw ATK play a different team, I can't even remember the name now, on Villa earlier today. A great matchup as we saw both teams really going head to head. Incremental now the only real unknown factor heading into this matchup. We haven't seen any of their plays on stream yet, although I have heard their previous matchup they did pretty well. So we head into Coastline now. The first ban will be Incremental banning first. That was a Nomad ban, as well as Thatcher being ATK's attacking sided ban on Coastline. Thatcher not really that necessary or influential of an operator. Nomad though, with just how small of a map Coastline is, how prevalent that circle square area is, how you can shoot out the Nomad charges from the roof, now just small the hallways already. Nomad's a really influential operator, especially on Coastline. But getting into the defender bans now, Maestro being the first one, that's really going to shake things up, I think, because Maestro is one of those ops you really start to rely on, and it's more just a comfort ban really, as well mirror on that same trend now being the second defensive ban. It's really in that lane of teams really just they rely on it so much that when it's kicked out from under you, you don't really know what to do. Okay, let's get into this game now though, as I believe Incremental will be starting on defense. They will head to Hookah Billiards, their primary bomb site. Let's see how ATK tend to attack this. I casted actually ATK playing back then under August last weekend during the esports faction, playing on Coastline. It's one of the matches of the best of 3 finals, and well, they absolutely wrecked their teammates, and I believe a 7-1 round count in a finals matchup on Coastline. So these guys, they definitely have some credentials behind them, especially as a team. I mean, Causa, Jermis, Styx, Leventus, Canis. I'm sure you've heard of these guys in a professional scene, or even in your ranked lobbies, just absolutely one-tapping you. But yeah, like I said, as a team, they have a bit of a reputation behind them, as well as individual players. So heading into this now, Hookah Billiards will be the primary bomb site for Team Incremental. Let's see how they decide to defend this. Kaiko on the castle, actually, you see very little castle play, especially on this Hookah Billiards. I mean, it can be used to great effect, but it's just not that common on the pick, and it could throw ATK off. The rest of the lineup's pretty standard though. Ergo on the Valkyrie, Slybutter on the smoke to maybe delay that Hookah balcony push or even aqua take. But yeah, as I said, pretty default. As let's see how they try to defend this. The attackers now spawning in, and see how they decide to clear out this hold. The attack is already starting to take map control as Causa with the opening pick. That's onto Vlad, and a great kill coming out from him. That's the Jaeger gun and one of them your main roamers, and on a map like Coastline, which is just so small and intimate, losing one of your roamers so early on. Valkyrie now the only real player situated off-site, as the castle barricade actually on-site starting to be opened. Losing your roamer on the Jaeger so early on, that's definitely a big blow to your team. And now, well, ATK, they're starting to make their way onto site. 50 seconds down on the clock, and they already have most map control. Sure, they don't have east top floor side, but they've already got below in kitchen, blue bar side, blue bar and sunrise. They've got their main lobby control. They've basically got both stairs locked down, and from here, Ash starting to open up from below. These guys can just start making the plays, but actually, Sledge almost cooking that. Yeah, he cooked that nade too long, eventually blowing up in his face. That's unfortunate to see, as yeah, you don't really see that quite a lot, but when you do, it's really unfortunate to see it. And Jam is actually now spotting the legs of the smoke, but it doesn't seem that he knows this. Such a tight angle, you can't really see, or you don't really know what you're looking at through essentially a pixel angle. But now In a 4-on-4, definitely still a lot of utility left on the side of Incremental. You see the impacts on Kaiko, as well as the C4, both on the Cade and the Valkyrie. Now, the onus is definitely on the attacking side of ATK to start making a move here. Sure, they've now pressured both into Aqua, as well as Valkyrie on Corza. He's currently situated on the main Billiards Repel. They can definitely start making a move from here, but they're going to have to if they want anything to happen. As I say that, Urga on the flank, the one man playing from the east side, gets a kill onto JMS. That was the lone Ash situated in Aqua, just holding down the side. There's now a double kill from both Styx and Corza, killing Urga and Sly, but that's your smoke as well as your Valkyrie gone. Now only one C4 left on the board. And, well, you've only got a Cade and a Castle left on site. Cade not really, or Cade and Castle, the UMP and the Org A3, not really the best of guns to have in this situation, as now full Aqua control on the side of ATK, as well as Corza holding the crossfire for the main Billiards Repel. Plant starting to come down as Cannibal. He still has the C4 in his back pocket. He could deny this plant if he so wishes, but no, the plant will go down. A tight angle being held by Corza, as now in a post-plant scenario, as Kaiko coming for the flank through luggage. Cannibal having to push aggressively. Corza has now rotated down below. Leventus and Styx just playing oh so passive, just making sure that they can hold this Aqua side as he gets the first kill, but Cannibal refrags onto the barn, and now in a 1v1 scenario, Corza, well, Cannibal still thinks he's on the repel, but little does he know Corza, he's down below. He can hold the diffuser from here. The first tap of the fake diffusal, but now Corza from down below gets the headshot, and a great round coming out from ATK, just able to so aggressively, well, initially get the aggressive opening pick as well. Corza, the man of the hour, he got the opening kill onto the Jaeger, and that really gave them a chance to just start taking that map control, and from there they could just take things slow. They droned outside, they started locking out the rotates. We saw Corza actually on the repel, main Billiards Repel, he locked out the rotates and allowed for the plant to go down. From there, post-plant scenario, gunfights just went the way of ATK, and really a brilliant round coming out for the attacking side. So they head back to Hookah Billiards now with essentially the same operator lineup, unless a 6-pick comes out. They will be heading back to Hookah Billiards with the exact same lineup. As well, on the attacking side, I believe that's more or less the same. I'm not sure about that IQ of Leventus though. No, he is a very proficient IQ player. So in the previous matchup, him just getting double kill after double kill when his team needed it. And, well, definitely a player you want fragging out. So we saw Corza getting the 3k on that round. Really a brilliant round for him and his team. But getting into the second round of Incremental's defense now. Let's see what they can do with it. Okay, it appears the stream just told me that we do not have game sound. I will be trying to fix this after this round transpires, but for the time being, we'll have to make do without sound. It was a pretty linear setup, essentially the same thing we saw in the previous round. Let's see what Team ATK can do heading into this round. So you see one Roma actually playing down below. I believe that's Kaiko on the castle. Quite a strange player to be holding down below in Sunrise, as a punch hole actually coming out from him. Almost spots JMS on the Ash, but now Ash knows where this castle is as he gets dropped by Corza. That's a great kill for him as well. Now another player has dropped into Sunrise. That's Jaeger Vlad. He has a crossfire established onto him, but Ergo actually getting a kill onto JMS. That is the crossfire now eliminated, as that's JMS on the Ash down. He was spotted on the drone. Another drone now relaying his position, as I believe that's Leventus currently holding this admin office side, as Jaeger in Sunrise actually gets killed. Leventus just hunting for Ergo on this Valkyrie now. And it looks like he actually does spot him. Great headshot coming out from him, as Vlad now situated in Sunrise. A lot of damage done onto him, but as well Corza now on low HP, as Vlad does try to rotate out, but that's a double kill from Corza now on the round, and 5 kills for him in this game. Now in a 3-on-2 man count, definitely advantage on the side of ATK, but they need to start making their way onto top floor. But Corza and Cannibal now in a bit of a gunfight there. Causa, looks like another player actually took any HP off of them. Causa was injured by the Jaeger of Vlad earlier on into the round, and it looks like a main hookah push will be coming out from Team ATK as Causa is now rotated onto hookah balcony. Cannibal, I believe, still situated on the stairs as well. Sly Butter still just behind Billiard's bar, just playing it passive. These guys know there's a minute left on the clock and they can just start to delay it. Sticks on circle, or sorry, square roof has started opening up behind Billiard's bar with the Barna pellets. Causa just playing oh so passive on this window, knowing he can lock out the rotates from the end, and the diffuser is in the hands of the Barna. They don't really have any way to counter an aqua push at the moment. If ATK can get this plant down, they don't really, Team Incremental don't really have any potential for a flank at the moment. And, well, with Causa holding the rotate from main window repel, it's not looking likely as, sure, Sly Butter, well, actually, he still has 3 smoke canisters. Yeah, that just completely swung this round because with 20 seconds left on the board, he can now start popping the smoke canisters as well. As I say that though, who needs a plant when you can just get kills? Causa now on the repel. If he can spot the smoke, he can lock this out right now, and he does. Causa with a triple kill once again, actually a quad kill on this round, as he is now 7 for 0 thus far in this matchup. An absolutely incredible play for his team because that smoke right there, he could have won them the round, but no. Causa on the repel gets the kill, and well, he locks it out for his team. ATK now on a 2-0 lead. Okay, I will quickly try and fix the issues with the stream. I'm sorry guys, sorry you had to put up with no audio. I will be fixing this now. Let me just see what I can do about this. Okay, the stream might be kind of whack for just the next few seconds. Let me see what I can do about this. Okay, I believe I fixed it. Let me know whether you guys have any desktop audio. Okay, wait, actually no, I know what the issue is here. Sorry about this. This is really bugging me at the moment. Okay, it should be fixed. I hope it is fixed. I pray that it is fixed at the moment. Okay, chat, let me know if this is fixed. If it's not, I'm so sorry. But I'm doing my best at the moment. Heading back into it though, ATK now with the 2-0 lead over Incremental. Incremental now opting to go to kitchen and service as their secondary bomb site. Let's see what they can do with this, because Hookah Billiards being their primary bomb site, then they didn't really do anything of note. I mean, sure, they got a few kills, but they just consistently lost out that map control or that site control because Causa is just fragging out of his mind. He's able to repel on the main billiards window and just completely lock out the rotates from there. The plant came down, and that's really how ATK won. Let's see if they can get the plant down once again in this round as they now start to drone out service side as well. Sticks starting to take Aqua, and Leventus currently repelling on the VIP balcony. Vlad, though, he is currently situated in theater, looking to delay Team ATK's push for just a few moments. Over on the bandits, situated top hallway stairs, main lobby stairs, if you will. But Vlad, he's still playing aggressively in theater. If he peeks at the opportune moment, he could get either the Jackal or Leventus on the IQ if they peek at the wrong moments. We see Jackal currently situated inside of the bathroom drop down as well. Leventus on the IQ, he's currently situated in VIP. Both players droning it out as well. So that Sledge of Kane is currently on the repel. That's a great nade to actually get the get the barricade or the deployable shield. It's Vlad now on extremely low HP, but a refrag from Ergo. That's JMS down as well. Now holding a long angle through the VIP rotational. Kane is actually getting the kill from that lobby stairs repel, and Leventus answering back with the kill onto Vlad. Now both the top floor roamers are down, and your only real presence is in the bottom floor area. Legion currently situated Sunrise. Vigil, sure, he's roaming down below in lobby, but Smoke still in service. With the amount of map control Incremental has given ATK, well, not been given, they just lost it it's looking good for ATK to be able to lock this out, as Stick's now starting to open up from above with breach charges as well. Kane is on the sledge, able to do what he does best, just open a lot of angles. And now with the 50 seconds left on the clock, ATK can just start opening up the angles, establishing where the defenders are currently situated, and from there think where they want to make their next move from. Vigil really the one to look out for on the side of Incremental now, as he is the lone player that could go for a flank as well. Kaiko just playing safe in Sunrise, but Slybutter on the smoke actually taking a lot of damage from the vertical angles being held by ATK. That's really a bad sign, because Quads are now dropping into main lobby. If he can lock out Cannibal on the Vigil, that's basically a done round for them, because with Kaiko all the way in Narnia playing in Sunrise, and Slybutter on so low HP, if they can just go for the collapse right now, they look to be able to win this.
15 seconds to go.
Slybutter being dropped, that's the smoke gone. The plant going down now, but the sledge wins the gunfight. That's a great kill from Canis, and one they definitely needed. Cannibal now left in a 1v3 scenario in a post plant, as there's a player above, 2 in service and 1 outside the main lobby doors. He spots the IQ outside, but he knows there's a player outside of the main lobby door. He does drop the Zofia, but gets refragged from his flank. That's Canis on the sledge, a double kill for him on the round. And a great play for ATK. Just the teamwork of this team thus far has been absolutely insane. These guys are just able to win those early gunfights, from there translate it, maybe take it slow for a few minutes, a few seconds, just drone it out, and from there just completely and utterly lock out the site, get the plant down, and from there they win. What more can I say? ATK just absolutely on a dominant win streak, and well, they look to continue it, as once again Team Incremental, they head to kitchen service. Okay, chat, just let me know. Okay, yeah, chat just gave me the go ahead. Sound is fixed. I'm glad I could fix it. Sorry for you guys if you had to put up with that, put up with my ugly and entertaining voice for a little too long. But yeah, heading into it now with a 3-0 lead. ATK definitely looked dominant in this series as well. Looking dominant, Quasar with the 7 KD at the moment, 7 for 1, definitely carrying his team at the moment. On the other side, Incremental looking like they're struggling a bit with the kills at the moment. Ergo with the top fragger on their team at the moment with a 1 KD, 3 for 3 at the moment. And yeah, I don't really know. Usually I give criticism to what teams are doing wrong, but in this case, Incremental, they're doing things right. I have to give it to them. They're just losing it out. They are holding their map control. Sure, they have been losing up the roamers early on, but they are able to hold a site for really long. But when it comes down to those final 20-second engagements, they just start losing it. And that really speaks to ATK's efficiency as a team, as yes, we can actually get a rehost. Yeah, that will be a rehost. Team ATK has called for it. It will be granted, because within Pro ESL allowed settings, you are allowed to ask for a rehost within the first minute of a round progressing, and well, they did. So I'm sorry for that. We will be heading to a transition screen just for a moment. Stick with us. It will not be long, I promise you. We'll just need to set up the lobby once again. It won't take too long. Just stick with me. Okay, it does seem both teams have started entering. We will be starting in a few seconds. Just waiting on one incremental player at the moment, but yeah, we look poised to head back into the match within the next few seconds. Stay tuned for great siege to come. I mean, those first few rounds already, ATK just showing their absolute dominance within this game, just locking out those first 3 rounds in what honestly was just how I like to describe it is this team is just absolutely on top of it. They've been winning their early gunfights, but on top of that, they've been able to do what very few teams can do. They're able to transition, especially on the attacking side, it's hard to do. They are able to transition an early kill into, okay boys, let's take the slow, maybe drone it out for a few seconds, and they just really establish where the defenders are currently holding. And that's really what a lot of teams struggle on the attacking side of Siege, which is such a defender-sided game traditionally, is teams really struggle in establishing where the defenders are currently playing and what they need to do to counter that. And Team ATK, they are just absolutely ruthless in doing this. What I've been seeing is what a lot of players get caught up in is just this momentum of, okay, we've got 1 kill, let's maybe transition it into a second, maybe a third. And yes, that does work out. But you can't consistently rely on it. What if, well, the opening kill doesn't go in your favor? Well, with that game plan, you're kind of screwed. As well as what if you do get the opening kill, but then maybe the second or third falters and falls through? What do you do then? You're kind of screwed. ATK, though, they are able to, within the first minute time frame of the game, they say, okay, let's try and get an opening pick. If it does work out, great. If it doesn't, cool. From there, they take it slow. They established, okay, what have we already done? What map control do we have? And what can we do to transition that into a side take and maybe a plant? And a prime example of that was Cause's repel on Billiard's window just consistently. Because in the first round, it came down to, okay, they got the early kill. Can't remember. I believe it was onto the Jaeger maybe. But they got the opening kill, and from there, they decided, okay, boys, they have a lot of players set up for the hookah side. Let's maybe just rather push from Aqua. And that, based on the information they had, was the perfect play. Because from there, they kind of threw them off. They started pushing from Aqua side, with Causa then on the repel, able to lock out the rotates and almost no utility on the side of incremental. Well, they won the round. Simple as that. So heading into the second round, well, they did it once again. They got the opening pick, and they transitioned it into side control. The third round really is where ATK showed their dominance, because they lost the opening gunfight. But from there, they didn't give up. They got 2 kills on the roamers. It was both the Bandit and the Jaeger playing top floor in theater. And from there, they just took it slow. They established, okay, the Vigil is roaming down below in lobby side. Smoke is down below. He's playing in service, as well as Legion in sunrise side. From there, they said, okay, let's try and lock out what can we do here. Because if you can drop the player holding on side, you can push side. That's a logical conclusion. And what they do, they started opening up from from above in master bedroom side, and they did so much damage onto the smoke playing down below in service side. And from there, they just literally pushed the main service door. They got the kill in the smoke, and they said, okay, we have 2 players that need to retake side. Let's get this plant down quick, but not too over aggressive. They just held their angles. They waited for the team incremental to peek into the crossfires, and from there they won it. And really, that's just how it's been going. ATK are just so dominant in not only the gunfights, which yes, especially Causa, he's been absolutely dominant in his gunfights, but ATK, they're just able to translate it into this really late game type of play, and I have to commend them for that. Team Incremental, they are currently sitting at a 3-0 deficit. It's kind of worrying for them, but still I believe in them. They can still turn this around. Coastline, it can go either attacking or defender sided, but Styx has finally joined. You don't have to put up with my rambling anymore. Let's get straight into this. Okay, heading back into it. Team ATK, they do have the 3-0 round lead. Let's see how they do this, as now the 4th round of Team Incremental's defensive side. The scoreboard has been reset, although we do remember Cause's valiant efforts to actually help his team out, and help his team out he did. Well done to him. heading back to kitchen service once again. Now they have lost hookah billiards twice in a row, now going to kitchen service, having lost it obviously the previous round. See what they can do to maybe shake things up now. The Wamai, I believe that's actually the first time we see a Wamai this far this matchup. The castle, we've been seeing it actually being run consistently, but it's not being used to that great effect. I mean, with a sledge on the board, with an Ash on the board and a Zofia on the board, as well as IQ most likely taking breaches, as well as Hibana who has the possibility for breaches, I just don't know if it's the play. Sure, it might be working out, but I just doubt the motive behind it, because with so much soft breach, and you've seen the soft breach, you've seen Team ATK take the sledge, especially on the previous rounds, and they've just been using it to great effect. So just it looks like the player's taking a bit long to load in. Maybe just a visual bug. Let's hope it isn't too big of a problem. Looks like Ubisoft servers. Hey, they finally let us in. Okay, let's get into this now. Really excited to see how Team Incremental can maybe start getting back into this game, honestly, because with ATK's dominant lead at the moment, well, even on top of the dominant lead, just the dominant play coming out from them, because Incremental, they just haven't been able to make ends meet. They're just not really doing it at the moment. It's like a top floor roam contingent will be coming out from both the Wamai and the Bandit. See how they can use this. We saw in the previous round where ATK attacked onto kitchen service. The top floor roamers were extinguished quite early on into the round, and from there they just took their time and they took the side. So let's see how this translates heading into this round.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Attackers now spawning in. Let's see what they can do heading into this round. Looks like it will be a sunrise take, as we see a bit of a switch up from the previous round where they opted to actually take from Penthouse side. So let's see how this one works out for them, because I believe this is JMS on the Ash. He's already got control of sunrise. As well, IQ on Leventus and Corza on the Zofia, they've already got control of Office. It seems Team Incremental are just so set on what ATK has done in the previous round. They've expended so much utility in this top floor hold. See the deployable shield, the Wamai charges, the bandit batteries. It's really looking like Team Incremental have made a big investment in the top floor hold of Penthouse, and well, they're not really getting good dividends on their investment top floor, because well, ATK, they've got complete control of Sunrise and Blue Bar. As well, that means they've got Blue stairs, completely locked out. And, well, here we see ATK just starting to open up the breaches and open up angles onto site. As now, Sticks, that's a brilliant kill onto Cannibal, maybe not hearing the breach going off or whatever, but still, that's a kill going in favor of ATK. Ergo now probably trying to flank through logistics side. If he can pull off this flank, it should prove very useful for Team Incremental, because they're definitely on a back foot at the moment. Team ATK have so much map control in favor, so they really need to start making any moves if Incremental want any shot at winning this round. But that being said, JMS just on an absolute streak as he pushes into kitchen. He's got side control and diffusers being planted. Ergo gets dropped, but a team kill coming out from Canis. It's now Slybutter left last life because Vlad gets dropped by Leventus. In a 1v4 post-plant scenario, he just absolutely gets wrecked by Sticks on the bearing 9, holding the long angle with the bearing 9. And that's quite insane, because that looked like, oh, the dirty headshot. Just a great shot coming out from Sticks, able to lock out the round for his team. And now 4-0 in the favor of Team ATK. This is not looking good for Team Incremental, as now look to head back to Hookah Billiards. Let's see what they can do with this. Finally actually picking up the echo. I believe that could bode well for them, because what we've been seeing thus far is really It's been coming down to what a lot of players have been dubbing the 20-second meta, where you essentially just hold off the players from taking side control as long as you can, and from there it just comes down to typically 10 to 30 seconds, where you just need to hold site. And Echo, if he can stay alive, that's exactly what he majors in, because Echo, if you have the yokais just situated on the roof, they can deny the plant. Once the plant starts going down and you get hit by the yokai's concussion charge, you stop the animation of the plant, and when the time is on 0-0 with the plant going down, the Echo is definitely one you want on your team. So let's see how this works out for them, because heading back to Hookah Billiards now, if they want any hope at reviving this game, they need to win the next 2 rounds.
5 seconds to insertion. I've reinforced the wall. Deploying it.
Attackers now spawning in. Let's see what they decide to do. Is we've seen them really switch up a lot of their attacking plans depending on the site, but looks like an early engagement might be happening between the Jaeger and Korza on the Zofia, but Korza get absolutely annihilated. Ergo with a great kill onto Korza, and that's really an important player dropped early on into the round. Zofia, so much utility on the board on that Zofia. Just the concussion charges, the impact charges, as well as either breach charges or claymores. Zofia is really someone you want on the board, especially early on into the round. And well, with her dropped, that's definitely incremental now in the lead in this round, at least, because getting that early kill is definitely useful. Kaiko now going down hookah stairs, gets dropped by JMS, just not looking the right way. He got the information from the drone, and now it looks like JMS knows of the Jaeger's position, and he does a bit of damage onto the Jaeger and gets the kill. That's a great kill coming out from JMS. Now a double kill for him in this round in a 4-3 man count. Doesn't look like there are any real roamers still on the side of... Actually, no, I stand corrected. Vlad, actually on the Valkyrie, is still situated in office. If he goes for this flank, he could honestly wreak some havoc, because Leventus, he's currently occupied with just being on his electronic sensor. If Vlad can go for a flank at the opportune time right here, he could definitely do a lot of damage. Now, the main billiards wall now being opened up with those Hibana pellets. And now a kill coming out from Leventus. That is Vlad dropped, and that's your main flank gone. And now left in the hands of both the Smoke and the Echo, Slybut and Cannibal. Left last alive for their team. Smoke and Echo, definitely the 2 players you want last alive. But in a 2v4, what can you really do when you're getting killed from every angle? Sure, the Echo will be able to actually stop this plant, maybe delay it for a few more seconds. But in a 1v4 scenario, with 40 seconds left on the board, time isn't really what you need at the moment. He goes and actually denies the plant once more, but he needs to start making some moves if he wants any chance at winning this round for his team. Now left in 1v4, the plant will go down as Styx is now sticking it. Quite ironic naming there. But now left in a post plant, he needs to retake site. He does have the gun to do it. The MP5 SD definitely a strong one with the ACOG, but what can you do when Leventus on the IQ just swings wide and gets the kill at 90? A great kill coming out from him. Leventus definitely doing well on that LMG of IQ. You saw it in the previous games as well. Just absolutely able to lock out these rounds, because really it seems ATK's players kind of shifted a bit. Well, not even really, because what I explained in that quick intermission where we quickly had the rehearsed is ATK are just able to win their primary gunfights, their early on engagements, from there translate it, do the drone work, do what they need as a team, and establish where they can push from. And that's what we saw once again. They're able to lock out the Smoke playing in Hookah. From there, the Echo was Narnia. Sure, he was able to cancel the plant 2 or 3 times, but really what can you do in a 1v4 scenario with 40 seconds left on the clock? A valiant effort from Team Incremental, but honestly, it's not looking good for them, as now a 5-0 deficit heading into their last defensive round. They need to win this if they want any chance at staying alive in this African Armor 6 league. Okay, heading into it now. Just seems something's wrong with the stream at the moment. Let's see what's up. There we go. Oh, that's yikes. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Technical difficulties. Okay, sorry for that stream. I just informed you guys in the chat. But let's not hover on the past for too long. A quick summary of what happens in that previous round. ATK were able to lock it out, coming down to a 1v4 scenario. Echo not able to clutch it out, but now already incremental in the lead as an early kill onto Corza. I believe that was Slybutter spawn peeking onto him. A great kill really for them as a team, because Corza, he's been just on a rampage. Not doing too good after the rehost, currently 0 for 2, but he was 7 for 1 earlier on into the game, and being able to really just stop Corza in his tracks is definitely something you want to do if you want any chance at winning this. And win this they need to, because Incremental currently sitting at a 5-0 deficit. They need to win this round if they want any shot at continuing this African R6 League. Looks like an engagement will be coming out between the Jaeger and the Ash, and it does. A battle of the fragging operators, the classic Jaeger versus Ash main, as it goes the way of Ergo on the Jaeger. Now a 3 to 5 man count. ATK definitely at a deficit now, because they have very little map control. The Roamers still just sitting tight as ever, just holding their angles, just delaying the map control for Team ATK. But now Leventis actually on the window repel. It seems Smoke is currently situated. Okay, no, he's behind the bomb. Just a bit of a visual glitch. Looked like he was sitting behind the bomb chassis, but no. If Leventis can play this angle correctly, he could get a few kills from here. His team currently trying to push into Penthouse side. Let's see what they can do with this. It's now a minute left on the clock. Team ATK, the onus is definitely on them to start making some moves. Now Styx and Canis both pushing to VIP. They have control of the hallway as well. The Hibana now starting to open up the wall into the main hallway. 50 seconds left now as Leventis still just playing it passive on the repel. Looks like the Jaeger is currently poised to go for a run out. Currently situated down below that sunrise window. As now the Jaeger, he does go for it, and that's a kill into Leventis. Now a triple for him, or sorry, double for him on the round as Styx gets a great kill. But now left in a 2v4 scenario, it's not looking too good for them. They have control of billiards at the moment. They can go for the plant, but with 3 smoke canisters, now 2 left in the back pocket of Cannibal, this is not looking too good. They can go for the plant, but with 4 crossfires being held onto you, a lot of damage done onto Styx and a double kill for him in the round, but what can you do when you can't plant the bomb? Well played to Team Incrementals, they take their first round. Okay, heading into Team ATK's defensive split now. So they look to go to Hookah Billiards as their primary bomb site, now locked in. And we see the typical ATK setup. These guys are the masters of playing the 22nd meta. We saw in their matchup on Villa, they were able to really use it effectively, but when it came down to it, they started losing their gunfights against... I forgot the team's name once again, sorry about that. But as I say that, Team ATK, just look at their operator lineup. You've got the Smoke, you've got the Legion, you've got the Mute, you've got even the information of Valkyrie. It's really an operator lineup you can do a lot with, because with that Mute, you can delay drone work. With that Legion, you can delay side push. With that Smoke, you can just cancel the plant, or once again delay side push. And that's really what I believe is what Team ATK is best at. They are just a team that is so good at keeping the enemy team at bay on their defensive side. So let's see how this works out for them, if they are able to once again do this as they did in the matchup on Villa, winning that in a 7-5 scoreline. Now with a 5-1 lead, Team ATK definitely look in the lead of this one.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Attackers now spawning in. Hibana looking to take from Penthouse side as the rest of his team. Currently situated on the ruin side of the map. And just looking to see what they can do at the moment. Just playing it passively, just holding some passive angles. Not over peaking at the moment, but JMS actually with those bullet holes. But Canis gets a kill into Kaiko. However, refragged by Vlad, getting a kill into Korza. Now on a 4-4 man count, losing your mute early on into the round is definitely not as big as losing your gridlock without having deployed any track stingers. I believe the mute should have by now placed out all of his mute jammers, and losing your gridlock, that's a big pick. And well, that's Leventus with another kill. Ergo being dropped, that's your IQ down. Now a 4-3 man count as ATK look to lock out this round. So much map control still in the hands of ATK as it looks like Team Incremental, they're just flustered at the moment. 2 players now down below in office side as they look to engage with the Jaeger. The Barna, their third player, currently situated outside of Hookah Balcony. But taking it from down below now, there's a crossfire potential for Team Incremental, but now actually the Valkyrie rotating around, dropping square, a lot of damage done onto the buck, but eventually it's a JMS on the Jaeger to get the final kill. Is now the Hibana currently outside on the ruin side, outside of blue bar window, but no, that is a Canis with the SMG-11 in hand, whips it out, gets the kill onto Slybutter. Now Buck, the Zofia of Vlad left in a 1v4 scenario with 1 minute 10 seconds left on the board. She does not have diffuser, it's currently dropped outside. Currently dropped in office as another player just peeks wide from billiards. That's Canis once again with the SMG-11 and he gets the kill. That is ATK now on a 6-1 lead. And really this is just looking oh so good for ATK. These guys are just playing out of their minds. With a 6-1 lead, these guys are just, they're giving it their all, what can I say? And kudos to them. Okay, getting it back into it now. ATK on what could potentially be their final round because they are on match point. Heading to Blue Bar and Sunrise now as their secondary bomb site. It's quite a weird one because this is one of those bomb sites where you almost never see it played in ranked. But when a team like ATK whips it out, you know there's something special in their pocket. Maybe a pocket strat or two. As we know, this is a site that's easy to hold if you can keep control of this Sunrise entrance area. If you can sit a player on these bunks where the Valkyrie is currently reinforcing, you can just hold that push from there. You only really need to worry about office and maybe this jungle area because that's really all you can get pushed from outside of this connector area. The attack is now spawning in. Once again, ruin side. Let's see what they can do with this round as they need to do something because if they don't, that's ATK taking it. One more round in their pocket and ATK head into the finals of the African R6 League. Well, Korza with an opening kill. He's with the M1014. Just what can I say except that is a nail in the coffin to a team that is probably already as emotionally broken as possible because having a 6-1 round count is already depressing. Getting spawn peaked with a shotgun just puts you in a completely different mindset because at that point you know you're on match point. This is kind of over for them. But they don't look like they've given up just yet. 4 players left last live on the side of Team Incremental doing what they can. Ergo now situated outside of kitchen windows as well as Cannibal on Hookah Balcony. Kaiko looking to take control of offices as there is currently a player inside of logistics. That is the Pulse with shotgun in hand. That's Korza, the man of the hour. As Ash actually pushing into blue bar. This could be what Team Incremental need because if he can play this angle well, he spots the smoke. Canis does a lot of damage onto the Ash, but now Just a crossfire being held by ATK. Sticks helping out his teammate of Canis, and that they get the kill onto Kaiko. The Ash now dropped in a 3 to 5 man count. This is not looking good for Team Incremental, but as I say that, Ergo, he gets a kill. That's IQ now situated inside of Sunrise. If he can get this kill onto Valkyrie, but no. Valkyrie getting the kill from behind Sunrise. That's a double kill for him on the round. Is now Cannibal and Vlad left last alive. As I say that, Vlad is dropped by the shotgun. The O2 valuable shotgun, which has now already gotten a 2k for course on the round. As the kill comes out for Cannibal onto Leventus. But now in a 1v3 scenario, what can you do? You don't have side control. You don't have the diffuser. These guys are just absolutely toying with their prey. Now the kill actually coming out for Cannibal. That's a double for him on the round. He will have to get the quad kill if he wants any chance at continuing their dream. Lose this round and they're out of the tournament. Lose this gunfight and they're out of the tournament. As now all the players on the board are low on HP. JMS, he's currently situated in the pool entrance. If he goes for this round, he could catch the buck of Cannibal off guard. With 20 seconds left on the clock, diffuser not in his hands. He will have to do something special. But as I say that, Corza with the shotgun. This man is on another level. Whipping out the cardiac sensor, establishing where the player is playing. And then, well, what can you do? A 3k form on the round with the XM1014. Actually, no, it's not the XM1014, that's the CSGO name. But still, Corza helping out his team. And what? Yeah, ATK, they take it in a 7 to 1 round count. And really, this has just been a team effort from them. Just absolutely dominant play from these guys. Because at the moment, they're just winning. They're just winning. That's all I can say. These guys are ruthless, and I really look forward to seeing them in the finals of the African R6 League, which will be hosted on Stream A. Come back shortly as Team ATK will be facing off against the winner of the other semi-finals, which are currently being hosted, if I'm not mistaken, on the B stream. Head over there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We will be back shortly with that aforementioned finals. Thank you so much for watching, and that has been the semi-final matchup of ATK versus Incremental. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers. Hello and welcome back to the finals of the African R6 League as Team ATK face off against Chill and Rage, heading to Cafe Dostoevsky as the first map. Let's get straight into it.
Yeah, man, I'm super ready for this. I'm really excited. And I actually have a lot to say about this because ATK just recently announced their new roster, right? Which is a combination of a bunch of ex-Nibble guys and some ex-Omnius guys. And I've known about this for a little bit of time now, and not being able to say anything about that has been pretty frustrating so far. But from what I've seen, the new ATK team is really dominating. And if you want just a little bit of a plug here, if you want to know more about the inside information on the new ATK squad, go and follow me on Twitter at PatchworkFennec. There's going to be some interesting stuff coming up tomorrow that you should keep your eyes on. But that being said, I'm super keen to see this one. Obviously, Chill and Rage, they won the previous semi-finals, and yeah, I mean, whether or not due to some unfortunate difficulties that we had on that side. They are the ones here, and I think ATK are the favorites coming up into this one. We've seen the absolute powerhouse that they are so far, so I'm expecting to see some pretty big things coming from them in this finals here. What do you think?
Yeah, I've followed these guys all the way from the round of 32, as I casted it on my own channel, Kanye Diffuse. A small plug there, but yeah, these guys have been just absolutely dominant. One thing I've really been hammering on in their play is how effectively they can not only get the opening kills, but when it doesn't fall in their favor, they are able to really take it slow, drone it out, maybe just realize how the game is flowing. From there, just take the bomb site and completely lock it out and win. And that's something that they're just so effective. It seems these guys have just gotten to a level where team communication is not a thing. Maybe they use telepathy, brainwaves. What do you think? These guys are just too good.
Well, I mean, I honestly expect nothing less from what I consider to be probably the top two Rainbow Six Siege teams in the country. Nibble, obviously, they won a huge tournament at the end of their run there before they disbanded. And of course, Omnius Gaming, they came in second. And this new ATK roster is full of both of those teams. We have first and second place teams. These are the top tier players right here in this one organization right now. So honestly, I expect nothing less. They know what's going on. They don't mess around. They know how to play this game. And everything that we see coming out from them is going to be, top quality, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can talk about reputation as much as you want, but eventually you need to come down to it. Down to the game. And actually, talking about the bans quickly, I believe it was Thatcher, Thermite, and did you catch the defensive bans?
I didn't actually see that last one.
Yikers. Okay, I'll go back in the stream in a few seconds, but still, the Thatcher and the Thermite, those are two pretty big ones, considering it's Cafe, because, I mean, Thatcher, that locks out, or prevents basically a main take in either kitchen, words of befalling me at the moment, from either Christmas side when attacking the top floor, or just kitchen side when attacking bottom floor.
Yeah, so we've actually seen the ATK guys, and I'm going to refer to them as the ATK guys, but when I refer to them as the ATK guys, what I'm actually saying is the ex-Nibble and ex-Omnius guys, because, obviously, we've both seen them in their respective teams in the past, so obviously when I talk about their experience and what we've seen from them, I'm going to be talking about them in that context, but we've seen the ATK guys playing this map specifically a couple of times before, and we've seen some really great stuff coming out from them. Now, obviously, they know sort of the meta picks, they know how to play them really well, and they can play some off meta picks as well. And as you can see on Chill and Rage side, they have a pretty standard setup. They have the Goyo, obviously a lot of util value there coming out, being able to deny a little bit of that pressure and being able to hold out for as long as possible, play time as much as possible. They have the Legion to slow things down, the Kai to slow things down, the Bandit to slow things down, the ADSs from Jaeger to slow things down. So they're really trying to play that game. On the ATK side, we're going to see a Blackbeard coming out, which is quite interesting because that says that, ATK, they're quite confident coming out this one. They can kind of flex a little bit going into this one. So let's see if that confidence converts into rounds.
Yeah, and you've been following Team Chill and Rage's story as you posted their semi-finals, and I don't really know about their setup as much, but ATK, these guys have definitely been extremely effective at what has been dubbed the 22nd meta. They're just so effective at, well, there you see it, taking these early gunfights and then translating it into later controls. So IQ now in the window, looking to kill, I believe that is Coach 2.0 currently situated inside of Christmas, assisted by the Bandit at the moment, but Kitsui, he gets to go onto Sticks, that's the Maverick dropped.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the Chill and Rage story, I'm gonna say that in the semifinals that just happened that I cast now, we saw a little bit of an unfortunate event where the team that Chill and Rage was playing against actually lost a member, and even after the rehost, they were a man down. So they actually played a bit of a 4v5, which allowed Chill and Rage to get back into the game and win, even though they were on the back foot. So I'm not saying that they don't deserve to be it, because they certainly do. They play really well. But obviously, ATK, they've been dominating a lot harder in terms of the semifinals that we've seen from them so far.
Yeah, I mean, they took it in a 7-1, and talking about dominant, these guys are just pushing onto site, and they're winning it. But now, getting refragged though by Coach 2.0, that's the Goyo situated inside of stage area, but the Zofia getting an extremely tight angle. That's a double kill for Canis now in the round as he gets the kill onto Cobras. Now Coach 2.0 left last life. He was situated inside of that Christmas area, has now rotated into Freezer, TCSG in hand. He has the ACOG, he spots the barrel of the IQ. If she peeks into this, she could get dropped, but now the crossfire being established by Canis, pushing out into the new balcony area.
Yeah, this could be something interesting to watch. Obviously, that TCSG that's been nerfed recent times, so it might not be doing the damage. But as I say that, Levent is going to go down, put this into a 1v1. It's a Zofia versus the Goyo, but the Zofia is going to win that out in the end, take him down. Even with that Legion Mine poisoning him out, it's going to be that Canis taking the victory in that one. ATK getting themselves the first round. And actually, you spoke about bans just about, and I went back and I had a look. It is actually going to be the Thatcher Thermite, the Mira, and
there we go. See it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about the defender bans quickly, because Wamai, that's one you don't really see banned too often.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, because what that kind of plays into in my mind is the sort of utility denial kind of factor. Obviously, most of the teams generally like to bring Jaeger, right? That's kind of been the classic for quite some time. But a lot of teams that we've seen recently have sometimes started to pick up the Jaeger and the Wamai, and actually just been able to deny a whole lot of utility coming out from the attacker side, especially considering an attacker, they can bring up a whole bunch of flashes, and you can flash a room 3 times, or throw a bunch of smokes in there, or throw just lob a bunch of grenades into a room. And so being able to actually take that away on a far larger scale with both Jaeger and Wamai, that's something that a lot of teams have started to slowly pick up on. And so I think what that ban is maybe targeting a little bit of that, saying, okay, let's just calm it down. Let's, you're going to play Jaeger, that's fine. We want to play Jaeger too. But let's take away that Wamai Jaeger kind of combo, and let's, just dampen down that particular strategy a little bit.
Yeah, that really shows the potential of operators being used in duality with one another, because we saw this play out with, I believe it was Mutant Mosley about a few months ago, and the entire game is almost adapted around the playstyle of your drones are just not going to work for a quite considerable amount of the game when the Mute Mozzie combos ran. And we're looking to see the same thing with Jaeger and Wamai, where you can just not really use your throwables when both a Jaeger and a Wamai are run on the same team. And that really is what I'm seeing as that ban. But now heading into it, ATK, they're looking to take control very early on into this round, really situating the Blackbeard on the main stage repel, and see what he can get from this position as SADW. Jaeger currently situated on stage.
Yeah, just before we continue there, we are being asked to go into full screen mode. Kind of, if you could just quickly play us in there, that'd be nice.
Go,
so I can give out a nice full screen look at what's going on here. And what is going on here is going to be that Bandit taking down Leventus in a nice little cheeky peek there, trying to repel, get something done, but the IQ goes down. It's going to be a 4v5 right now. ATK on the back foot in the second round.
Yeah, that was a hipfire if I'm not mistaken, and a great hipfire at that, because that headshot was clean. That was just almost a one-tap, and really, Chill and Rage now in the lead heading into this round, because sure, ATK, they've already opened up top red stairs into where the Bandit is currently holding, but they don't really have any control further than that. They're still on the window repel. They haven't really entered sight at all. But now the the Bandit, poised to get another, but no, the Nomad answering with the kill onto SADW. Now control in favor of the ATK as JMS gets an incredible headshot onto Kitsui, dropping the Jaeger. Now a 4-on-3 man count with 2 of your roamers dropped.
Yeah, you can't keep playing that same window once you've gotten that frag. You really need to rotate off. So the Bandit is going to get punished for that, and of course then a great angle there pretty powerful coming in through for ATK, considering they weren't expecting someone to be there too quickly. So they're going to get punished for that again. So Chill and Rage, they're at that man disadvantage. ATK winning the gunfight that they need to win, and they've put themselves in a 4v2. It's up to the Doc and the Smoke to try and make things happen, to try and hold things down for Chill and Rage here if they don't want to lose the second round.
Yeah, they can win the gunfights they need to win, but they need to win the round if they want anything. And with Reds on the Smoke, 2 canisters still in his back pocket, whips out the shotgun, peeks wide, and he actually drops the JMS. But now a refrag from Canis onto Coach. That's the Doc gone, that's the ACOG gone. Really, the denial gone. But now a great headshot with the SMG-11 in hand. He gets the Blackbeard. Quite an insane kill that he's able to get that, but now whiffing with the shotgun, doesn't get the kill onto the Hibana, missing 3 shots with the shotgun. Quite unfortunate to see that. Still sticks with the Bearing 9 in hand, whiffs a few of his own, but finally gets the kill into Smoke, and that's ATK taking a second round in a row.
Yeah, we've seen some power coming out of those SMG sidearms, and actually, I think the last time that I saw some of the ATK members, they were going under the banner of Orgless at that stage, and they were whipping out the SMG-11, if I'm not mistaken, and we're doing some really crazy stuff with that. It was really insane to see. So, I wonder if we're gonna see a little bit of that SMG sidearm kind of power coming out from ATK again. They've shown us that they can wield it. So.
I feel so stupid. I made the exact same mistake as the previous stream. The stream was stuck on a single image. Yikers. I'm so sorry, chat. Yeah, you can put the blame on me. That's a big one. I'm sorry for that. But nonetheless, the action will continue as Chill and Rage head to Kitchen, now as their secondary bomb site, having won, or actually not having won, having lost Bar and Cocktail twice in a row. They now head to Kitchen and see what they can do with this.
Yeah, and that's something that I like to see. It's a bit more standard, you know. I keep bringing this up, but it really plagues me to this day that there was one stage where we literally cast a game where a team decided to pick 5 times in a row the same site that they lost constantly, and it really just gives me flashbacks when teams decide to do that. You know, like they pick the same site that they're losing on more than twice. So I'm glad that, you know, the Chill and Rage, they realize, you know, we need to change up the bomb sites when something's not working. We're not going to force anything like that. It's, you know, a calm, normal sort of level-headed play. So that's, you know, good coming out from them. Let's see what they can do on Kitchen. I am a big fan of this particular site. I actually like it a lot in comparison. I think that it's somewhat underrated. A lot of teams, once they go from the 3rd floor, they don't really like to go to Kitchen. Some of them just like to pick up those 2nd floor maps. I think the Kitchen is actually underrated, so that's a nice site to pick up. So it's good to see that. Let's see how they can play this one. And, let's see how ATK decide to attack it. Right now we have that spicy Jackal trying to track down some of the Romans and get some free frags.
Yeah, and Romans, there are plenty because Kitsui is currently situated down below Pillar Stairs, but Jackal, and I believe that's maybe Canis, no, Sticks maybe?
Apparently the image is frozen once again.
Yes, that is what I was talking about 120 seconds ago, but the stream is currently delayed.
Boy.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone on the stream, you're going to be hearing this in 120 seconds, probably laughing with us, I hope so, because I'm currently feeling a bit bad for myself. But heading into this now, Team ATK, they've already taken a lot of map control. JMS and his teammates currently looking to take control of Train now, opening up the breaches of Leventus, having the breaches in hand, joined by the Zofia now, opening up a lot of vertical play, and I know how you like your vertical play, Patch.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I am a big fan of vertical play. You know, it's one of the things that Rainbow Six Siege is sort of unique for. You know, you don't really see this much in other games, and it's such a nice thing to be able to see a team that can really understand and utilize, you know, vertical play, especially when you understand that the site might be susceptible to it, or you know some good things that could give you an advantage. You know, that's kind of the nice thing about this game. You know, there's small little advantages that you know, players that get really good at this craft are able to pick out and understand. And obviously ATK, they can do that. You know, they're one of the teams that understands a lot of the things. You know, like I said, they're amongst the top in the country, if not at the top in the country at the moment. So yeah, I would certainly not put it past them. They're also going to be able to get a nice frag down there onto the dock. So ATK, they're really not letting up on the trigger here at all.
Yeah,
completely down on acceleration.
Unfortunate Coach 2.0 missing out on that shot. He did see the head of course up, and now Kobayashi actually getting killed, peeking right into the hallway from Red Stairs. Now Red's left last now in a 1v4. He knows there's a play in his hallway. He does get the first kill onto the Nomad, but he has to do even more if he wants to win the round. But no, Leventus getting the kill from his flank, pushing through into Freezer and just getting the final kill, and that's ATK with the third round on the board.
Yeah, unfortunately, those traditional sort of clutch scenarios just really aren't going to work against this ATK roster here, because as soon as something like that comes in, as soon as that Nomad drops, as soon as that player goes down, there's 2 or 3 other players just peeking you from every other angle. They don't let up. Their foot is completely down on the accelerator. Like I said, they don't let up. They don't let them get any sort of advantage anywhere. They shut it down immediately. And that's the sort of stuff that we expect from this roster. The sort of stuff that I expected from this roster going into this. You know, like this is the South African Rainbow Six Siege super team. I'm saying it right now.
Yeah, this is essentially the battle of the giants, because these boys, they are at the top of the game at the moment. Both these teams, on their day, they can take this, but on this day, it's ATK taking it. As well, a 3-0 lead for them. It's not all said and done. It's a best of 3. This can still swing either way. Both these teams have the capability to get back into this, but at the moment, in favor of ATK. So let's see what they can do with this.
Yeah, so like you said, ATK, you know, they're in the favor right now, and it's a best of 3, so it could potentially go anyway still. You know, you can't really count anyone down and out just yet. But yeah, I mean, at this point, the sort of thing that we're all waiting for is Chill and Rage to kind of show us their stepped up game. Obviously, you know, nothing but the best is really gonna come through for them at the moment. You know, it's everything or nothing right now. And if they don't bring their best, they're gonna get taken down. So yeah, it's just a case of do Chill and Rage, you know, step up the game to that point and be able to, you know, take ATK for a couple of rounds and sort of restore our faith in the possibilities, or are ATK just kind of going to run away with this like we saw in the semi-final where they did like a 7-1?
Yeah, the only team that's really been able to answer back to ATK's just absolute wrath that we've seen at the moment was actually Memento Mori in what I believe was the round of 32, and it's quite unfortunate that it had to come down to that, where 2 of such strong teams had to face off against each other in the round of 32, but still, just that means even stronger teams will be facing off in the finals, even though the seeding might have been quite unfortunate, but still, this is some top-notch Siege. It's not to be scoffed at. These teams, they can hold their man. All of these players are good. It's not something you can say, but actually, the Jaeger now peeking wide outside from Library side. He does get dropped by Corza, and that's a great kill for him. But JMS as well, getting killed on the Jackal.
Yeah, like you said, you don't get here by accident. You know, that's certainly not the case. You know, you have to be you have to be pretty good to get here.
Considering the semi-finals on your side. Quite unfortunate word choice there,
yeah,
but
well,
still.
I mean, the thing is, right, that's not really necessarily by accident. You know, being in that semi-finals wasn't by accident. The teams were good enough to get there. You know, that being said, of course, there's some unfortunate situations that may have influenced the scenario. But I mean, that being said, both of those teams in that semi-final that I cast were worthy of the win. They both played exceptionally well. So, you know, none of these teams are here by accident. And so, obviously, you know, this is some top-notch Siege we're seeing here. The only thing that I'm sort of leaning towards now is that we're seeing some top-notch Siege, but, you know, can ATK bring a couple notches above that?
Yeah, and at the moment that's looking like what's happening, but now in a 3-3 man count, this is looking more and more likely for Chill and Rage to finally answer back to ATK's just absolute dominance, as now in a 3v3 with 45 seconds left on the board, and while Chill and Rage, they still have full control of the bottom floor area as well as site. Sure, ATK, they have top floor control, but they need to translate this into a site hold, and that's exactly what they're going for at the moment. Here we see Hibana, Sticks starting to open up the freezer wall. Red's currently poised to maybe delay it for a few more seconds and see what they can do with this.
Oh, there goes ATK. Also going to get Cobras and reduce the man count for Chill and Rage down to a 2v3. It's going to be Vigil and Bandit against Sophia, Hibana, and Nomad. And ATK, they're not looking to slow down anytime soon. They're getting themselves towards the side as quickly as possible to try and get this diffuser down or try and get the frags. The round is actually ticking away. Things are going very slowly. ATK not able to pull the trigger as quickly as they can, but they are, in fact, able to do that. They jump in, they get the frags with like 5 seconds left on the clock, and they get themselves their 4th round.
Yeah, and that is exactly what I was talking about in the previous game. Even when it looks almost unwinnable for ATK, I mean, there was 20 seconds left on that clock, 2 or 3, and then 2 players still left on the side of Chill and Rage. Like, sure, the man count was in their favor, but with so little time, they just showed how good they can be as a team. They just completely locked out the one player. From there, completely just 180 switched onto the second with about 5 seconds left on the clock and won it out. And that's really where I believe this team shines, is working as a team and just winning their rounds.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, even when they seemed to be, on the back foot, the man count was looking against them. The time was ticking down, also working against them. But the teamwork is there. Like I said, we expect this team to be quite a couple notches above, and the teamwork, it's there. The gameplay, it's there. The gunfights are there. The tactics are there. There's obviously a couple of them. There's always room for improvement. No one's perfect. No team is ever perfect. And, I only expect ATK to go up and up from here, from this point on. Obviously, they're a newly announced team. They haven't had that much time to play together, although I'm sure they're quite comfortable with each other at this stage. And at least from what we can see, they're looking pretty good with each other so far.
Yeah, these guys have just been playing out of their minds recently, and with such a big org representing them, these guys have the right future, I have to say.
Yeah, and I mean, if anything, if you want to go anywhere, like ATK, it's a good place to be if you want to go far with this. So yeah, I'm definitely looking at this team, this lineup's future with keen interest, and I'm hopefully going to be able to get some more information and insight into that tomorrow.
Just keeps alluding to it, not spilling the info, hey?
Yeah.
Just continue
You're gonna have to tune in.
plugging his Twitter. Dirty dog.
No, you're gonna have to tune in, man. I've got some content coming pretty soon that it's gonna be interesting, guy. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, everyone tune into Patrick Phoenix Twitter tomorrow, I believe he said.
Yeah. Tomorrow is a nice little announcement coming there that you'll probably be interested in. I think if you want to follow ATK as interestingly as I want to follow what's going on in that sort of realm.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about their reputation as long as you want in their future, but in the end it comes down to games, and coming down to this game, they're just in a 4-0 lead. But now Kitsui actually getting the opening kill for Team Chillin' Rage. That's on to Causa, the man who's been fragging out of his mind throughout the past few matches, and now really ATK for the first time looking at a back foot, as it looks like they're stalling out for it.
Well, but how long does the back foot last? We've seen ATK what they can do, and it's even being on the back foot, surely their teamwork will be able to come and supplement that pretty easily. There's Canis with the first onto Kitsui, so that's the 1-for-1 now. It's a 4 versus 4, and yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how long any sort of negative thing happens that will last for them.
It's a DW just being completely locked up with the Zofia from down below, actually using an impact charge, I believe. That was from train side, just destroying the bandit from down below. But now the Doc getting completely flustered because JMS, he has a double on the round now, as he just pushes into a Christmas and he gets a double for himself.
So yeah, this man is just absolutely running in. ATK, they've just had their foot on the gas this whole match, and they have not let up a single time. They don't feel like they need to do any sort of slowing down. They don't need to do any sort of resetting, and honestly, I think they're justified in that approach right now. They're doing really, really well. The Echo goes down, and ATK looking to close this one out. Smoke, the last one left alive, and there's not too much he can do. The shotgun is going to get one, and the diffuser is getting planted here, but he has like 5 HP, and it's not going to be enough. He is going to go down in ATK. They take another round.
Yeah, and 5-0 now, as ATK, they're just so dominant in this. I mean, talking about that once again, we said early on into the round, yes, they were at a back foot, but from there, what can you do when a team just reassesses, starts taking the angles, and kills you from each imaginable angle on this map? It seems these guys have just a layer of map knowledge, teamwork, droning, whatever you can say. These guys are just on top of it, and they're translating that into winning rounds. Not necessarily winning gunfights, but who cares about gunfights when you're winning rounds?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, there's always that decision in competitive games like this, when there's so many facets to the game, sure, there's gunfights, but there's also teamwork, there's strategy, there's a whole lot of different layers to the game. And like you said, if you don't have to win gunfights if you're just winning the rounds at the end of the day. You can do whatever it is you want, so long as at the end of the day you get that point, you get that victory, you get the round. So yeah, I mean, at this rate, it's kind of like ATK is flexing a little bit, saying, yeah, we can pretty much do whatever we want and we'll still win.
Yeah, at this point, the only thing that could put the nail in the coffin even more is a Tachanka pick. We saw that. I actually saw that earlier today, and I reached out to one of the players confirming it was actually an accidental pick, but still nonetheless, that's a Tachanka pick in the first round. It strikes so much fear into the hearts of the enemy team. Having won that first round, it completely threw the enemy team off guard, and really, I don't want to talk on the Lord's name, but might have been what won them the game. I'm not gonna say more.
When Lord Tachanka strikes fear in the heart of your enemies.
Yeah, well, ATK now taking top floor control already with only 20 seconds elapsed on the round. It seems Jaeger, that's Kitsui, top floor at the moment, Cigar Lounge. He's the only real roamer on his team at the moment, as the rest, they're situated on site. So if ATK can lock out this man already, because the drone's already on him, they know where he is, they can just get this frag, and if they can, well, that's the round. Oh, Kitsui!
Oh, that's a really great
incredible
pick right
shot,
there.
and he just dips. He's out. This man, he got a kill, he did what he needed, and now he's falling back. Nomad, that's Gorza on his left, holding his crossfire, but Kitsui with the double.
Oh.
And a triple for him on the round! This man
That's
is
really
obliterating
good.
them.
That's the kind of hero plays that you need to be able to pull out of your back pocket against a player or a team like ATK. That's just the only way you're going to do it. The hero plays need to come out. The stars of the team need to step up to be able to win this thing, because ATK are not letting up. So really good, well played from Kitsui there. He's able to take down 3 players on the side of ATK, and Kane is going to be picking himself back up onto like 5 HP, is able to take down the Dark, so things getting slowly picked apart, but ATK is on a 1v4 right now. Everything's on to James, and yeah, this is going to be interesting. He is able to take down Kitsui. Finally, Kitsui goes down at the end of all that, but it's still a 1v3, and James has so much work to do.
Yeah, look at this crossfire being established. 3 players, one to his left, one to his right, and one decayed far in kitchen. This man has so many things to worry about, and that is Team Chill and Rage taking their first round. So many things for him to worry about on that round, but at the moment the round count not one of them, because heading into the second split where they now head into their defensive half, with a 5-1 round count, you have at least something to play around with. These guys definitely have a bit of a leeway heading into their defensive split now.
I mean, at the very least for Chill and Rage, they know they can effectively do it. Of course, that was very much on the back of Kitsui, but are obviously well played to the rest of the team for being able to play smartly and establish that crossfire and just ensure that they won the round after that. But, you know, that was all off of the back of Kitsui stepping up and getting those 3 frags in the beginning. So at least they know they can do it, which will certainly help with their mental. But now, as you know, we're switching halves. They're on the other side. They have to re-establish themselves in this half, and you know that's going to be that usually takes a round or 2 even. And with not that much room to play with, they're going to have to get things going fairly quickly.
And ATK proving they are the masters of the 20-second meta. The Goyo, the Maestro, the Mute, the Echo, and the Jaeger. What more do I have to say?
Yeah.
These guys are just, yeah, they're taking operators that, if they can use this effectively, the Echo can single-handedly win a round of his Echo drone. The Maestro can annoy you for about a minute and a half. The Goyo, if one shield gets popped near you, you're basically dead. The Mute, you can't drone him out, so what can you do? This looks like an operator lineup that's just... It's putting the favor in the hands of ATK, because if they can play this correctly, they are looking to take this round and put it onto match points.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, winning the round with 1 click. We've seen it before when this ATK roster was operating under the banner of August. They pretty much did win a round with a single click of a button, so the potential is there. And like you say, this lineup, it's looking very much sort of a lineup that allows for the individuals here in ATK to be able to sort of just perform like they want to perform and do some clutch things. So it's definitely going to be a frustrating lineup to play against, but it could be susceptible to some really solid team play. But of course, ATK, they've kind of felt this out, and they're like, yeah, you know what, we can take that risk. We feel like we can certainly play against whatever it is that Chill and Rage have to throw against us.
And well, as you say, anything they throw at us, that anything at the moment is a blitz, and I'm not sure what the thought is behind this, because they haven't really seen what ATK's defense is like. So taking a blitz as a blunt first pick, that's kind of mind-boggling to me.
Well, I mean, I can sort of understand it. There's the first kill for Kutsui. He's sort of performing at this point, but like I feel like this pick is a sort of pick saying, you know what, screw it. If we're gonna be losing like this, we may as well pick up some crazy stuff and hope that it works.
Yeah, and he's already given us one reason to not doubt it, and one kill coming out from him onto JMS, but a refrag now onto Raids as another kill coming out from SADW. He a double kill for him now as he drops Canis as well as Styx. Now only 2 players left on site. That's Leventus on the Echo and Corza on the Maestro. 2 players you want left alive, both the MP5 ST and the older 5.56. 2 incredibly powerful guns, but with so much utility still left on Team Chill and Rage, this is looking very good for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about, the teamwork being able to dismantle ATK's lineup. So ATK, they have to play perfectly here if they want to continue to win this 2v3. Of course, that Cobras is down, so that is going to be a little bit of a difficulty for them. We're going to see Maestro pushing up here. Lance is going to be able to take down. He gets refragged, sorry, and now it's up to Corsa to 1v2 this with the laser beam. Let's see if he can actually manage to do it.
Yeah, the Blitz now pushing aggressively into the bar area. Coach 2.0 diffuser in hand, he could go for this plant, but 45 seconds left on the clock. You don't really need to go for that in the moment as the Blitz's back is turned to the Maestro, but not able to land the shots. Doing a lot of damage. Blitz now on 25 HP, but they know where the Maestro is. The plant coming down from Coach 2.0. The Blitz just serving as a body shield, but he does get the kill. That's a triple kill for him on the round. Now in a 1v1 versus a Blitz. Oh my word.
Wow, that's just... Oh, that really is F in the chat there. ATK not expecting the sneaky Claymore to be there, not looking at the feet and gets taken out. And Chill and Rage are going to be able to take that one. So some really great teamwork from Chill and Rage. Is able to dismantle a lot of what ATK was trying to do. And then it was up to a 2v3. And yeah, once Meister was the last one left alive... He has to retreat and sort of play the angle once he loses the initial fight, and he just gets taken out by a Claymore. There's nothing else to say other than F in the chat, boys.
Yeah, Claymore spots on red stairs are especially useful because, well, Claymore, the laser's red, the carpet on red stairs, there's a reason it's called red stairs. It's kind of hard to see those, and you can't really blame the man. He's left in a 1v1. It's just unfortunate. You have a lot more things to worry about than a Claymore. When a Blitz is on your back with a literal flashbang, a portable flashbang shield.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much to worry about, and obviously Claymores being on the staircase is sort of the last thing that you'd really be thinking about. So unfortunately, he's going to be caught out by that one. It looks like ATK are actually going to be picking up the exact same lineup, if I'm not mistaken, here on the defense side. They got the Jaeger, Maestro, the Echo, the Goyo, the Mute. They're looking to play this one a little bit better than the previous round, so hopefully they don't lose this one as quickly as they did previously. But yeah, if Chill and Rage play this one smart again and sort of use that teamwork to dismantle the lineup, they could potentially win another one.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing now is Team Chill and Rage, they have a bit of momentum behind them because they've now taken 2 in a row, and I think these guys are feeling themselves. They're realizing Team ATK aren't the invincible giants we thought they are. We can take a few rounds off of them, and that's exactly what they're looking to do at the moment. They're just taking it one round at a time, just assessing their plans, and at the moment they look like a new team because they're just playing the game well. That's all I can say for them at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen whether or not this ATK lineup does prove to be the giants that we expect them to be or not. I mean, from what they've shown so far, they certainly have that potential. Like you said, yeah, Chill and Rage, maybe they got a little bit of that mental game back in their favor and just saying, yeah, these guys are not invincible. We can take them down if we play right, if we play smart. So, you know, this is certainly a situation where Chill and Rage, they have the potential to get some much needed rounds in and sort of prove to themselves that they can make this one a little bit more competitive than the first couple rounds.
Yeah, and it looks like at the moment the pitfall of a team not being too confident in the moment. They're taking a lot of time to actually drone this out, with the Blitz now actually pushing into top white stairs. Still in Cigar Lounge, but I think they know of this player. I believe that's Styx now, with the TCSG in the hand. He does pop the Goya shield. Actually, no, that's the the Capital Bolt being misplaced, but now Ibana's starting to open up the freezer wall, and this is looking like a lot of utility is being used by Chill and Rage very effectively.
Yeah, they've got this side of the map right now. They're all kind of situated here, and they need to be able to push through to the other side. And ATK, they're just kind of holding the line right now somebody has to fall, and if it's on the ATK side, it might be the nail in the coffin for them, but if it's on the Chill and Rage side, things are going to get pretty difficult for the attack going forward. They're kind of stuck on that side of the map, and people are dropping left and right.
Yeah, dropping left and right is Chill and Rage because 2 players down now. Red's, I didn't see where... Oh, actually, he got killed by a pretty insane angle being held by Causa as well. The Twitch just pushing into side, not checking her angles. Once again, Causa getting the kill there. Now the Yokai actually being shot out by Kitsui on the Blitz. Now on a 3 to 5 man count, they have side control, but they still have a Maestro and an Echo to worry about.
Yeah, those are certainly not the operatives you want to be worrying about. Echo can do so much here, and literally once Nitrous Cell changes the whole lineup, there it is, ATK, they're able to take the fights and win them this time around, so they're going to pick up that round for themselves. 6-2 here, looking to close this one out on match point and take map 1.
Yeah, once their authority was questioned, they said, nah, we're not taking any of this. Let's just do a quick flawless round. Now taking it to match point. Team Chill and Rage will have to win the next 4 rounds if they want any chance at heading into overtime. Otherwise, it's looking like this first map will be going the way of Team ATK.
Yeah, it certainly will. We're going to be seeing that second floor reading room and fireplace here, chosen by ATK. An interesting choice for sure. You know, we always like to see a little bit of variation in the site and see how teams like to approach them, so I'm interested to see how they approach the defense on this one. They're going to be picking up the Jaeger and second picking into the Ella there, interestingly enough. Going to be picking up that Legion as well, followed by the rest of them. That's Valkyrie and Smoke there. I like the Valkyrie pick. That could certainly come in handy, certainly come in clutch for that information gathering potential. And also allowing the team to sort of play off that information and frag, which we've seen them do in the past, and we know this ATK lineup is good at doing that.
YouTube chat just caught up to the unfortunate Claymore kill, and it's been F's in the live chat for almost a minute now. Nice, guys.
Feels good, man. Well, feels bad. It's good to see the community come in with that F.
Yeah, but still, ATK now, they've definitely switched things up after that unfortunate Claymore kill. Now, looking back in the lead now, the match point in favor of them. So now, on the defensive side, they have this extremely strong top floor cocktail hold because all 5 players, are currently situated top floor. Having said that, top floor hold is one thing, but the site is another. If Team Chill and Rage can read into this hold, they can definitely start pressuring onto site, but at the moment it does look like they are playing into Team ATK's hands. 2 players have now rotated back to the bottom floor. That's Canis as well as Styx on the Valkyrie, but still, it looks like Team Chill and Rage are making quick work of clearing out the map control.
Yeah, and that's going to be essential for them attacking the site, because unfortunately when you're on that second floor, the only sort of pressure points that you have are here from where we see the Twitch on the side through the windows, and then you have to either go from below or from above, so you have to work on clearing the rest of the map, at least from one angle or the other, from top or bottom, and then work your way up to the site, you know. So short of jumping through the window onto the second floor, you know, you're going to have to sort of clear up the rest of the map, otherwise the Romans might be able to catch you out. So the work has to come in quickly. They don't want the time to come and bite them in the butt. So this, obviously, it has to come in quickly if they want to dismantle this ATK defense.
Yeah, and you see Kitsui has spotted the red dot with the Zofia with the FO12 in the hand. Does fall back off of the angle, but now Blitz, he has control of Mining Room, and the team is not too far behind him. Twitch gets a kill onto, I believe that was the Ella, but refragged by Canis with the SMG11 in hand. That's SADW. The Twitch down is now a 44 man count.
Yeah, and we once again we're seeing a little bit of that pistol SMG as JMS takes down Coach in just increases and more cements ATK's lead in this round, and they're looking to close this one out as quickly as they can. Taking fire from one side is Kitsui, gonna go down, leaving Krobras and Reds in a 2v4, and yeah, I mean this is looking more and more like an ATK map 1.
Yeah, and a 2v4 now with Legion already pushing to the top white stairs. You have Krobras on the Ike as well as the Reds on the Zofia. They have control of Cocktail, but with 50 seconds left on the board, they need to translate this into a side take, which is looking not too likely because ATK, they're just being a thorn in their side because they're just playing so aggressive, holding them off of the side, but
Ooh.
The aggressiveness seems to bite them in the butt because
that
2
was
kills now.
Such a nice angle from Reds.
2 kills now in favor of Team Chillin' Rage. It seems the aggressiveness from ATK has bit them in the butt, because in a 2v2 now of 25 seconds left on the board, this looks winnable for Team Chillin' Rage.
I mean, it's winnable for Team Chillin' Rage, but that being said, it's completely as winnable for ATK right now. You know, we've seen them pull out this. There's the shotgun taking the down, but not out. ATK gonna solidify themselves. It's red in a 1v2, and it has to pull out absolutely everything right now. 10 seconds left on the clock. This is everything. It's either ATK wins this map or Chillin' Rage clutch the hell out of this.
Yeah, and that's it. Diffuser in Narnia, other side of the map. The two players knowing they can win this on time, and they do. JMS getting the final kill, and that's a 7-2 round count in the first map of the semi-finals. Sorry, finals.
Yeah. So, finals, ATK taking map 1, coming in super strong. Really impressive stuff from them all around, but I'm really want to give props to Chillin' Rage for finding their footing as the rounds went on and really starting to get a lot more competitive and a lot more aggressive and really just taking a lot more traction in the map. So honestly, props to them for being able to pull that one out and pull a couple of rounds in their favor and perform surprisingly well.
Yeah, surprisingly well they did, because, I mean, yeah, it was 7-2, but that was a pretty insane game nonetheless. Team Chillin' Rage, they did what they could, and ATK is asking for a 5 minutes break. So, yeah, we will be back in about 5 minutes. Keep tight, because more action-packed siege will follow as we head into the second map, which, if I'm not mistaken, it will be Coastline. Yeah, so that should be a very interesting one, because we saw ATK actually play Coastline in the previous match in the semi-finals, and that was a pretty one-sided slaughter, to say the least.
Well, we'll see if that happens again in the second map of this best of 3 in the finals. Yeah, don't go anywhere, guys. We'll see you for the next map in this African R6 League Saturday Night Siege.
I'd just be back now. Hello and welcome back to the second map of the finals as ATK. They have taken the first map, which was Cafe Dostoyevsky, off of Team Chill and Rage, heading into the second map now of this best of 3. We will be heading to Coastline, and yeah, let's get straight into this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited to see what happens here on map 2. If you didn't see what happens on map 1, I mean, obviously, seriously, go back and watch it. In fact, go and watch both of the semi-finals and then come back and watch the map 1 and then watch this. But just to catch you up, ATK, they put their best foot forward, they put their foot on the accelerator, and they went absolutely full send it, winning it by a 5 or by a very far margin. I think there was only 2 rounds taken away from them. It was like 7-2 at the end of the score. So they did really, really well on map 1, just kind of sending it all the way. Chill and Rage only able to get themselves 2, and then obviously doing really well to do that, considering we really know that ATK is coming into this one. This lineup is a super, super powerhouse right here. There's a lot of, or in fact, everyone on the ATK roster right now is just a really, really talented player. So they're bringing a lot of power and a lot of talent into this new roster. And yeah, they've been performing as expected.
Yeah, getting into the bans now of this Coastline matchup. Nomad is very influential on Coastline specifically. It's such an intimate map. It's so small, the hallways are really small. So the Nomad's something that can really be useful, and having it off of the board really just allows for a lot more roam players. While the Thatcher, not really that big of an operator on Coastline, no really real walls you have to breach. But the Maestro, that's a pretty big one.
Yeah, the Nomad, like you said, is a pretty big one. The Goyo also coming out there. They want to deny some of the 22nd meta champions. You know, take that off the board. Make sure that a little bit of that defender utility is sort of gone there. You don't want to have to just chow through absolutely everything because it takes up a lot of time. So that ban definitely making sense. Of course, the Maestro also coming out. That can be a very, very annoying pick, especially on this map if you know where to place the cams. So denying that, also a pretty big one. The Thatcher ban, like you said, very interesting one. Could potentially just be to make sure that the gadgets stay alive for as long as possible on the defending side. You know, you don't want the Thatcher just popping all your gadgets in one go. That'd certainly be very devastating. So that one gets banned out as well. Yeah, we're going to be seeing ATK picking up a very similar lineup to what we saw on map 1. We're going to have JMS on the Jackal. We're going to see Gridlock, IQ, Hibana, and Zofia. On the other side, we see Chill and Rage here picking up Jaeger, Echo, Wamai. Vigil actually going to be very interesting. I'm wanting to see how they play this Vigil pick, and of course we're going to see the Valkyrie for that information gathering potential there.
Yeah, Team Chill and Rage starting on defense in this Coastline matchup. Definitely something that could bode well for them. Coastline, a traditionally kind of defender-sided map, although it could lean both ways. But heading into Kitchen Service now as their primary bomb side, as they have both the Echo on the board as well as Coach 2.0 on the Valkyrie to get that information, as well as Reds on the Vigil looking to maybe roam a bit, as well as Kubras and Kitsui with the combo there, both the Wamai and the Jaeger.
Yeah, we're seeing some pretty normal site setups right now coming out from Chill and Rage. You know, rotation holes being opened up and lines of sight and all that. So that's pretty standard. You know, nothing too crazy to see here. A little bit of poke holes being opened up there. Nothing else really going on there. On the other side, ATK. Let's see how they decide to approach this one. We saw on map 1 they really just didn't let up. The trigger was pulled from the get-go, and it looks like the same thing's happening here. Styke's going to be taking down Kitsui immediately. 2 minutes and 40 seconds still left on the clock. And ATK, they're just looking to ramp up the tempo and keep it going, keep that momentum going, and take themselves to map 2 and the finals victory.
Yeah, because SADW now already taking a lot of damage. That's also a big one. On top of, well, Kitsui just getting killed almost instantly by sticks. These guys are just absolutely ruthless.
Yeah, and I mean, the Jaeger going down is taking away a lot of firepower with that rifle off the board. And Echo being so low means that he really has to play a lot safer than he would want to. Because if he goes down, then, you know, the potential to one-click win the round or stop the defuse planter with your drones goes away, you know? So that's a big thing that you want on the board for as long as possible. And being on so low health really makes you try and reconsider your options in terms of your play.
Yeah, and looking at the just map control side of things now, whoa, my word, that's a long angle being held by Corza, and a great kill coming out from him, as now all 3 players of the side of Team Chill and Rage are currently on the east side of the map. They have side control as well as the Vigil currently roaming in Penthouse side, but ATK, they're currently taking from Blue Barn Sunrise side. So I'm really wondering how they are going to try and retake this, because Styx is already planting with coverage from the window.
Look at this. Hibana just jumps into the window, puts the planter down, and nice nitro shot from Coach, going to be able to take them out eventually. But the defuser is still down. The time is ticking away. Frags are going left and right, but Cobras is the last one left for the defense. He has to do everything, and it's just not going to happen. Attackers, ATK, going to be able to win that one.
Yeah, and I have to bring this back to one of the earlier matches I casted for ATK, where they played on Coastline, is what they're able to do, especially on Coastline, is they run in and they plant, but there's always a player holding the crossfire, holding the rotate, and we saw especially that. So we saw Sticks do what seemed to be just a screw it, I'm going to plant here, but it's really calculated because they knew where the players were and they knew they could get the planter there and then just hold the crossfire, and that's exactly what they did. So really props to them for getting that plant down and just really working together as a team.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, the ATK, they took the blue and sunrise kind of side. They got in there and they had the map control. So what may look like the kind of yeet, I'm gonna plant the diffuser, is actually, like you said, a bit more calculated. They had a lot of map control. They had the angles checked. They knew things were in the right position. They were able to sit and get the refrags if necessary, and they were able to get the diffuser down. And I mean, that's really playing towards some of the mechanics that are often left out in Siege. A lot of the time teams just want to run in and frag out, and this really shows that ATK, they can do the fragging out. Yeah, we've seen them do it, absolutely. But they can also play to the objective. They can just get onto side, plant the diffuser, and create that pressure onto the defense side to be able to do something.
Yeah, and heading to Hookah Billiards now with the operator lineup on ATK. It looks like essentially the same thing, but the gridlock, it's been really well utilized by them. We saw in the previous round they just threw it out on the stairs, and once the plant came down, Corberas being last live on the Wamai, he had to just power through those to actually get to the diffuser and try and maybe clutch, but eventually it just proved to be too much. And really, that's the power of a gridlock. It's just so annoying and something you don't want to deal with.
Yeah, it's like one of those things we were talking about earlier. You take the Nomad off the board, but that's fine. You just pick up the gridlock and you get a very similar effect. Not the same, but you still have that area denial. A little bit of a cheeky peek coming out here from Reds, trying to get something in his favor. It's not going to work out. And in the meantime, JMS going to take down Kitsui. That's Kitsui going down again for the second time in a row as the first one. SADW also going to be going down. ATK putting their best foot forward. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, and they've got 2 frags already. Make that 3. Cobras and Coach, the last one's left alive. Never mind, it's just Coach. And even he is just going to be on the serious back foot. He's going to get 1, but I mean, this is a 1v4, and there's still 2 minutes left on the clock. There's so much time for ATK to play with here. They're not messing around.
What I saw there was a team so uncoordinated and so unsure in their strats, they couldn't deal with a default push up hookah stairs. And that's honestly hard to see because these guys need to put their best foot forward if they want a chance at beating ATK in this. But ATK are just seemingly so dominant on Coastline. There's no other word for it. They've been able to either, well, the first round it was really good side play, and the second round it was just, okay, let's switch things around, let's just get kills. And, well, ATK proving they are a multifaceted team. They can get the kills and they can play side.
Yeah, absolutely. There's, like you said, nothing else to say about it. This is just some really good, fluid, just absolute synergy plays coming out from ATK. They know what they're doing. They know what they want to do. They execute the plan, and they win. There's like nothing else to say. Like you said, right now it's chill and rage. They need to put their best foot forward if they want to claw back some rounds, because they need to win this map if they want to take us to a map 3 for a potential at taking the win. And right now ATK, they're doing their best to deny that, and so far it's working.
Yeah, working it is 2-0 already. We saw a bit of a deja vu moment of Cafe where, I mean, ATK, they took just so many rounds in a row, and hopefully for Team Chill and Rage at least, they can stop this now, because if this starts to steamroll, I'm honestly worried for Team Chill and Rage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that being said, Chill and Rage still doing a really good job of being able to hold their own in some respect, but at this stage it's difficult to say, because how much can you really expect from any sort of given team against what we have clearly established here as quite a super team. ATK lineup is the super team, and we expect them to be dominant. So how much the gauge really is not whether you can win against ATK right now, because the chances are you're not really going to be able to do that at this stage. It's just how well can you do and how graceful can you take the loss?
Yeah, so Jaeger, well, Red's on the Jaeger once again going for this peak. No damage done on the previous round, but the Kitsui with the early kill, that's a great one for him and definitely something needed. But Leventus on the IQ refrags onto him, and now a 4-4 man count as you've lost the Jackal and Kitsui on the Vigil. You gotta ask yourself, was that worthwhile?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say at this stage. Ultimately we'll only be able to see at the end of this round once everything pans out whether that was, useful or not. But at this stage, getting a 1-for-1 is not really what you want against a team like ATK. You want to be able to get some sort of advantage. You want to be able to have some leg up on that team to be able to take them out. An even trade isn't going to get you that leg up, and that's got to be kind of worrying here for Chillin' Rage.
Yeah, now with 1 minute 50 left on the clock, Team Chillin', or Team ATK are doing what I've been saying is what they are so unrelentlessly good at. They engaged in this petty early gunfights, but from there they just say, okay, let's remove ourselves from the situation, let's use our drones, and that's exactly what they're doing at the moment. They're establishing what control they have and what they can do with it, and that's what they do with it. They kill Reds, playing in VIP, and now they have control of VIP area as well as luggage. Now they can go for an aqua push, and they can get the site from there.
Yeah, things are just looking, really well coordinated, and I mean, we've pretty much been singing the praise of ATK so far, just for how really well they've been playing. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say at this stage other than let's see what Chillin' Rage does to respond to this just incredibly insane gameplay that we're seeing coming out of ATK here.
Yeah, Cobras is currently in a sticky situation here because 3 players are currently focused on eliminating him. And the player down below as well as on Aqua Balcony on the Repel now does a lot of damage onto Cobras of this Wamai. He is definitely the stone pillar in their defense at the moment because now that they've lost it, they rely on the smoke. He's only got 1 canister, now no canisters left in his back pocket. They will need to win this either on time or on gunfights. And with 4 people still left lost alive on the side of ATK, it's not looking likely.
Yeah, I mean, there's 20 seconds left, so this could still be doable for them, but I mean, it's a 2v4, so things have to really, really go horribly wrong for ATK right now. The diffuser is getting planted. They should have enough time for this. Legion is going to go down as well, also just on the trigger right there. And there's the last one. Kane is going to be able to take down Coach, and that's the 3rd round for ATK here on Coastline Map 2, and they're not looking to slow down at all.
Yeah, it's honestly just incredible to see this because the Cobras who was playing on the Wamai behind Aqua Ball, he was cleared out by all 4 players of the team. IQ started shooting out from down below. Zofia opened up from down below. Sticks on the Hibana, he was on the balcony, pressuring him from the balcony, just keeping him busy with his gun, as well as a player on the main Billiards Repel. It seemed like these players are able to just completely remove themselves from the situation and realize what they need to do, and that's exactly what they were doing. They were joining it out, establishing what control they had and what they can do with that control. And all my praise is going out to them at the moment because that's something not a lot of teams can do, is remove themselves from that situation, just kind of drop that adrenaline rush from telling you go for another kill, go for another push here, and just really assess your play.
Yeah, and I mean, this goes back to the fact that this new ATK roster is built of players who have experience, who have the talent, who really know what they're doing. This is comprising out of so many members of players that really have been in the scene. They know what they're doing. They have, like I said, the experience, the talent, and yeah, they're just being able to work together under this ATK banner will allow them to not even just be what they are now, but just continue growing in that space and just becoming better and better. And I mean, if this is the beginning, I'm really keen to see how the team, progresses going forward into the future, because this looks like they could have a certainly bright future ahead of them together as a team.
Yeah, talking about bright future, ATK, they've taken 3 rounds in a row now. It looks like a bright future in terms of their round count because I always like to say 2 rounds taken, and sure, you can come back from it, sure, you're in a bit of a bad mood, but once you start losing 3 in a row, you start questioning your plays, you start questioning your teammates, and you really start doubting yourself because at the moment you've lost 3 in a row, that means you've lost already half of your split. So even if they win the rest of their defensive sides, the best they can do in the split is match ATK's plays, and That's not a good mindset to be in. So let's see what Team Chill and Rage can do to answer back to this.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Rainbow Six is also a mental game, and you have to keep that mental game strong if you want to perform as best as you can. And like you said, being down like this can be really, really destructive to your mental game. It can really put you on the back foot. Red's going to be going down as the first player to go down in the match, and that's going to just obviously continue crushing the mindset of Chill and Rage right now. I mean, it's got to be devastating just to lose players left and right and being able to, just sitting there saying, what do we do now? How do we respond to this? Trying to claw something back, and it's just everything they do doesn't work. And, that has to be, you have to have such a strong mental to keep yourself in the game going forward. So honestly, if Chill and Rage can keep themselves moving forward and can keep playing this one, I'll give so much props to them for being able to just keep themselves in this one.
Well, talking about keeping in, Coach 2.0, he's seemingly had an engagement with every player on the side of ATK, taking bullets from the roof left, right and center, just dodging and weaving. He's still alive, he does rotate out, but full top floor control now in favor of ATK, and they look to really use it in their favor as they've already done a lot of damage, notably onto Coach 2.0, and Reds he's already dropped from the top floor clear. So now with a minute left on the clock, they are reassessing, and they've kind of reset their play for the main service take. But Kitsui now answering back. That's exactly what you need. Once you realize ATK is switching their play up, you shut them down as soon as you can, and that's what happened. Now Styx, he is dropped. That's a diffuser dropped. Now you know where the play is coming from, so you know where to delay. But Leventis pushing in, he gets a kill. Corza just pushing in. Leventis now with the double.
Oh.
The plant going down for Corza, and
That's
Kobayashi and Kitsui left last alive.
That's just devastating. I mean, look at these ATK players. They're so low on HP right now. Leventis, like 10 HP. The JMS, so low. It just takes a couple of bullets to take them out, but Leventis just getting so many frags, on like 5 HP. That really has to be crushing to your mental game. Kitsui's the last one left alive. It's a 1v3. He has to find every single head right now, and that's just looking less and less possible as the diffuser ticks away. 20 seconds left, and there it is. ATK, they're going to win round 4.
Yeah, and like I said, they actually had a chance to really take it, because once, I believe it was Kitsui, got the kill onto Styx pushing aggressively into service, you kind of realized where the main push was coming from. But even though they had information, they just lost the gunfights. And like I've been saying, that just proves how multifaceted ATK is at the moment. They can go for a top floor roam clear, and they can completely lock out the roam clear. From there, they drone out, and they drone out so effectively. From there, gunplay, and so effective gunplay. From there, side play, and effective side play. But Kobayashi now on the Clash, that might be exactly what they need, because the side play from ATK has been overwhelming them. But no, the 6-minute does come out.
A bit of a bait. Honestly, I would have liked to see them on the Clash, because that would have at least told me that they decided to, take a step back and go, all right, this is fine. If we beat ourselves up about this, it's just going to crush our mental game further. So let's have a little bit of fun. Unfortunately, he's going to be 6th picked out into the Mozzie, which of course is the more standard, smarter play, I suppose. But yeah, Chill and Rage, they just need to keep themselves in this one. And at the end of the day, even if they take the L here, even if ATK most likely go on to win this one, they can still sort of give themselves props for making it this far and for actually performing, decently well. They have put a lot of pressure onto ATK in a lot of these rounds, and we've seen them do decently well in a lot of them, and really have to make ATK fight for it here and there. And even though they're getting 4-0'd right now on the second map, they've done a decent amount of work, and they can certainly give themselves props for what they've done so far.
Yeah, I mean, they're essentially getting curb stopped at the moment, and being able to come out with a smile at the end of that's commendable. So it really speaks to just the motive of these guys. They're not looking to win and get all maybe just all the praise coming from that. They just want to have fun, and that's what I'm seeing here. The team having fun, even though they are getting absolutely wrecked. But Kitsui is answering. He's the one player that so far has been able to really answer back to ATK's aggression. He is the top fragger for this team at the moment, and he's really doing a lot for them. And once again, gets the opening pick, and that's really a big one for them heading into this.
Yeah, seeing Leventis go down is certainly a good foot forward for Chill and Rage if they want to get themselves a couple of rounds, in their favor. So that's a good way to start off the match. And there's a nice trade coming out there for JMS. So once again, an even trade. It's a 1-for-1 at the end of the day, and that there's no real ground gain for Chill and Rage. And as soon as they get something, ATK just takes something back, and you know, ultimately they end up winning off the back of that.
Yeah, and if you look at it at the moment, Legion is really this pillar to their bottom floor defense, and he has rotated out now. So this means it's a 4-4 man count. So now Team ATK, they have to reset. The onus is on them to start making the plays, because Team Chilling Rage, they have side control and they have Legion currently situated at Penthouse side. They need to start making a move if they want to do anything with this. The minute 30 left on the clock, now's the time to do that.
Yeah, now is the time for sure to pull the trigger. You see, also is a little bit low on HP there, so there's at least the potential to be able to get one. The repel is spotted out here for Cobra, so he knows there's somebody there. A little bit of a shoulder spotted out, but no real damage coming in there, which is going to be quite unfortunate. Obviously, Chilling Rage, they want to take anything that they can get right now. This is getting more and more difficult as the time ticks by. 55 seconds left on the clock, so ATK has to start pulling the trigger sooner rather than later. Let's see how this works out.
Kane is holding Crossfire, but a Crossfire is nothing if you get them from the flank. Red just peeks wide onto the hookah balcony and gets the kill onto the play on the repel. And that's a big one, because that was the main rotation locker. And he was the guy on Billiards who was able to really lock out those plays. And, well, now a lot more freedom in the hands of Team Chill and Rage. And, well, they're using it. They are peeking aggressively and it's working in their favor. But now, Cobras getting picked down, that is aggression biting them in the butt. They got control, but they lost it so quickly, and that's sad to see. But now with 15 seconds left on the board, they need to go for this push and they need to collapse on it. But Reds, he's just saying no, he's getting the kill, but now Gridlock gets the kill onto the Jaeger. Coach 2.0 has to rotate in with 4 seconds left on the plant. He has to go for it. Gridlock almost able to get the kill, but no, Team Chill and Rage will take their first round on the coastline.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen, this is the same kind of situation that we've seen. As soon as Chill and Rage gets something, ATK answer right back. And, you know, it just comes down to the fact that time was really working on Chill and Rage's side, that they were able to play that one out. The defuser wasn't able to go down, the frags weren't able to come out, and ultimately, Chill and Rage were finally able to put themselves on the board with round one. But, I mean, it was by an absolute, just tiny margin right there. Like, there was pretty much, that could have gone either way. And yeah, so Chill and Rage, they're going to be at least happy that they've got that one, and hopefully they'll be able to keep up the momentum and try and get a couple more rounds for themselves. But I mean, yeah, this is looking really, really difficult because, like I said, we've seen this again and again. As soon as Chill and Rage gets some kind of advantage, ATK just snatch it right back and then put themselves in the lead.
Yeah, and I just got a quick statistic here from chat. The only team that's been able to take more than 2 rounds has been Momentum Mori in that round of 16 match. And that honestly speaks to Team ATK being insane, because 2 rounds is kind of the threshold where you can get that by not even being that dominant in the lobby. You can get 2 rounds by kind of just lucky opening kills. And really that just tells me Team ATK are just so dominant. There's just nothing that can stop them at the moment, and that's being reflected in the scoreboard once again with a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've been saying this pretty much the whole match by this stage, so I'm pretty sure everyone's sick of hearing it, but I mean, this ATK team, they're solid. They really, really are. You know, it's like you said, everything that's coming out from them, you know, it's really well played, it's really coordinated, it's thought out. You know, the stuff, everything that needs to be there is there, and you know, the loss, like if you're losing only 2 rounds every match you play, that literally is, you can just chalk it up to maybe a couple of lucky kills. You know, it's a couple of, you know, uncalculatable things happening here and there, and ultimately that just shows at the end of the day the capabilities of Team ATK here.
Yeah, and they will once again have to showcase it if they want to take this round, because the opening gunfight has gone the way of Team Chill and Rage, although not getting the kill. A lot of damage done actually onto Leventus as they now look to take bottom control, but the spray through the wall from, I believe that's Valkyrie on Coach 2.0. If he knows there's 2 players to his left, he does chuck out the C4, and he does get a kill with it, but
still... That's a great Nitrous cell.
Still, there's a player in the bathroom. If he peeks into it, he could maybe get another, but he has now rotated off. A great kill coming out from him as Cobras as well. He gets another.
Yeah, this just Chill and Rage, at least coming back here, and the players are starting to become more and more aware and play really to their absolute heightened potential right now, just trying to get what they can. So that was a great Nitrous cell from, I think it was Valkyrie there. Really good stuff from Coach 2.0.
Yeah, but now top floor control in favor of ATK. They're starting to open up. They have the breaches on sticks. They have Zofia with both the breaches and the impacts, as well as JMS with the ITA S12S in hand. They have a lot of soft breach capability, and they have a lot of utility on this side. They can still do something with this. They are not to be counted out just yet.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, something has to be done with this. You know, it's all good and well that you have the top floor control, but you need to convert that into something. You need to get the kills, or you need to get onto the site and get the diffuser down and get into the post plant. So, you know, something has to happen here. Something has to give. And if Chill and Rage don't make any mistakes here, this could be very difficult to convert. ATK, they need to start pulling the trigger now as the time ticks away. 40 seconds left on the clock.
Looks like pulling the trigger they are, because Sticks with the diffuser in hand, currently situated outside of the service entrance. Smoke's being thrown out as he looks poised to go for the plant, but there's a Jaeger close on him. He does hear him.
Get one there.
And he does get the kill.
Traded out that Sticks getting a nice little pistol frag there. Machine pistol frag, should I say. It is going to be a 2v2 right now. Oh, so, well, it is a 2v2 now. Sorry, it was a 2v3, but now it is a 2v2. Six and Canis need to defend this defuse. Ooh, Blitz going to be jumping straight out the window there. Takes down one. It's a 1v1, but now Blitz is detected. Sticks knows where he is. He just has to hold this angle. Something has to happen here, and that is it. The great shot from Sticks, just finishing it out. ATK taking round 6.
Yeah, that honestly, I have to give it to the Bandit. Taking top floor control once you know they've rotated onto the side, having to plant. It's really smart, because Angles and Siege, they work both ways. He got that kill onto the Jackal rotating up, and from there, he was really able to do a lot from that top floor spot. Running out, he got the kill, but really from there, it's a lost cause, because, like you said, he was detected. Still, nonetheless, a bit of a deja vu moment now, as the split going 5-1 in favor of ATK. We saw the same thing on Cafe Dostoevsky. Let's see if once again we see the same thing and it ends in a 7-2.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting to see here, because Chill and Rage, the individual players are really kind of starting to step up here and there. You know, we see them being able to do these things that they weren't doing earlier in the round. You know, they're starting to pull out and pull ahead and really start to try and perform to take anything against ATK that they can. So I really have to give props where it's due to Chill and Rage, because they've really been stepping it up. In this match alone, I think they've improved quite a bit. But unfortunately, you know, ATK just seem to have a better synergy, a better sort of practice as a team. Their teamwork is really on point, and that at the end of the day is really what's working for them, and why ATK is really just able to take everything they can.
Yeah, and well, almost as close as possible to taking everything they can, 5-1, as they are one away from match point, and they are one map away from locking out this final. So really, I think high spirit's still on the side of Team ATK, even though they lost that one.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ATK right now, you're sitting pretty comfortable. You know, you're not getting pressured too much. You have plenty of rounds in your favor. You have a lot of comfortable positions here. You know, you can kind of play this one a lot more reserved if you want to. You can kind of take the back seat right now. You don't really have to do anything. But I mean, just knowing this ATK squad here, that's not how they play. They're not just going to sit back and go, yeah, we can play passively now. We don't have to do anything. We can kind of just sit here and win, you know, just as the trades go. They're a team that likes to get out there and just make stuff happen and just get the frags and make for really, really entertaining Rainbow Six Siege. So, you know, I have no doubts in my mind that they're just going to continue to move forward full speed ahead for the second half and take this map as quickly as they can.
You talked about entertaining. Honestly, every time I've seen, whoa my word, just proving the sentence that was coming out of my mouth even before I wanted to say it. Looking at Team ATK play each and every time, it's honestly just looking at an artwork, because once a team reaches that point of just absolute dominance, it's honestly like looking at this machine in perfect motion. It's like looking at this Da Vinci machine concept that just got put into life, but this time it's a team that's so dominant and so effective, and just and just every positive adjective in the word book.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very capable team we have in front of us right now, and yeah, what else is there to say? ATK, they get themselves round 7, and one more will win them this map and get them the victory. And I'm pretty confident that they can do it. You know, this is looking we're very doable for ATK. They've proven themselves round after round after round. They've shown up individually. They've shown up as a team. The synergy is good. The teamwork is good. Their strategies are good. Everything is there that needs to be there. And they've only dropped 1 or 2 rounds. And like Chad has reminded us, only one team was able to take more than 2 rounds. And when the goal is for a team to take more than 2 rounds against you, that's when you know you're doing something right. And ATK, they are doing something right here.
Yeah, and heading into kitchen service now because they won Hookah Billiards. They have a pretty... Oh, I hope that is what I think it is. Because Pulse, of course, the last time they played on Coastline, in the final round, he had a shotgun in hand. And yes, he does. Corza has the shotgun. The previous time he was able to get a 3k with that XM. So he's the one to look out for now at the moment.
You know, this is a bit of that comfortability coming into play. ATK, they realize that this one's pretty much done and dusted for them, so they can start to play around a little bit with this and that. And so obviously Corsa, he's gonna pull out that pulse, gonna be pulling out that shotgun and seeing what he can do with it. Yeah, it's frag out time. Gonna end this one in style as best they can. Give us a really great show for what is looking to be the last round of this map 2 and the last round of this match.
Yeah, as you said, match point. If they can lock this out, they take the round, they take the map, and they take the game. So this is a pretty big one.
Sensor deployed.
Yeah, at this point, there's not much to talk about in terms of strategies, in terms of play. Right now, we're just waiting for the frags to happen. Right now, we're just waiting for the plays to happen because we all know what's coming. And if Corsa is going to do this, which he is, out he jumps. There it is, the shotgun, just absolutely laying waste to SADW there. Corsa just pulling the trigger. ATK gonna finish this one in style.
You know why that was so hard for me to watch? Is because that's the exact same thing he did in the previous matchup. He went for that exact same run out with that exact same shotgun with the cardiac sensor, able to pull it off once again. So let's see if he can get even more in this round, because at the moment he's ruthless. Once a player reaches the point of not fearing death, that's when you need to look out for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really scared if I'm chilling Rage right now when there are pulses running around with shotguns yeeting out of windows and just shooting me in the face like this. There goes Coach 2.0 Corsa. He's looking to get that play going once again. He's got 2 frags so far. Can he make it a 3rd? Can he make it a 4th even? Kane is going to be able to take down Reds now to 2v4. Kitsui and Cobra's last one left alive. James is going to take a little bit of damage, but it's not enough to close out the kill. And as the time ticks on, ATK gets closer and closer to that victory.
Yeah, closer and closer, as now in a 4v1. Zofia left last live. That's Kitsui, the one player that's really consistently been able to answer back to ATK's aggression, as Corza playing on his flank. Oh, please! Oh, no, it was actually JMS that got the final, but still a valiant effort with the no-scope. As, yeah, it's done and dusted. ATK, they won it. 7-2, 7-1.
Yeah, and what an absolute match this was, you know. Really well played from ATK. I'm so excited for the future of this team. I really want to see what they can do going forward. They've shown us, you know, what they can do now. And I mean, this is a newly announced team that literally just got announced. And if this is what they're able to pull off, I'm so excited to see what they go and do in the future. I'm really keen. And if you're excited to see what they're going to do in the future, you can go follow me on Twitter and see what I have potting tomorrow night. It's going to be pretty spicy there. Otherwise, I mean, yeah, there's nothing else to say. Otherwise, GG, well played. Chill and Rage, really well done. They really stepped it up towards the end there. But ultimately, ATK, the Giants, the super team, the undefeated, they managed to take the W and they win the tourney.
Yeah, I'm going to head into a call of Aaron quickly for a quick interview. I'll invite you to the call now.
Cool.
Hello.
Hello, quickly going to add Patch here. Just give it a quick second.
Mike.
Whoa, okay, I think my Discord just crashed. That's quite unfortunate.
Mine literally just died.
Yeah, same here. It just poofed.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna try and add Patch to this.
I was saying, is the mic muted?
Oh no, you're fine. Why is it doing this? My Discord just keeps crashing.
That's fine.
My Discord just poofed again. Okay, let's quickly join the call on this new group I made.
How's it?
Hey boys, how you doing?
No complaints. Hopefully the Discord doesn't poof again.
Yeah, I hope you can't have any complaints after taking a finals matchup 7-2, 7-1.
Very happy, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Very, very happy.
I can imagine that you guys absolutely showing up in every way possible. I honestly, what I want to hear from you right now is just how satisfied are you right now with the performance of the team?
With the performance of the team, very happy. Satisfied, I wouldn't say satisfied, I'd say we're happy. But there's still quite a bit of work we can do. We've only been together for 2 weeks, so we're quite excited to see what can happen in the future.
Yeah.
That is what I like to hear. If this is the start, if this is the beginning, man, I cannot wait to see what's coming.
Very, very, very excited. Very, very proud of what we achieved in such a short time.
Yeah, well, a bright future for you guys, but we need to take it back to that map quickly because something I have to ask you, and I've been ranting about this on stream all the time, is how effective you guys are in... Okay, first you take opening gunfights, that's a given. And no matter which way it falls, either you take it or you lose it, you guys are able to kind of remove yourself from the game in that in that first to second minute time frame where you guys really just take a moment to drone out, really assess what map control you have and what you can do with it. Tell me how important that is, because that's something really few teams actually do, is remove themselves from the game for a second.
You've got 3 minutes. A lot of teams don't realize that you've got 3 minutes. If you spend a minute and a half roam clearing, got more than enough time to execute. Like, a lot of teams want to execute as soon as possible. Problem with that is that means a lot of issues happen.
Yeah,
but we also want to execute quickly, don't get me wrong, but
see the problem you run into, and that's how I'm going to get into my follow-up question now, is once you start really taking slow time, you become vulnerable to what's been being called the 20-second meta, where you just don't really have enough utility to really clear out the defensive lineup. But you guys have been able to counter that. Talk me through how you are able to play slow but still take the site within the last few seconds, because that's kind of what's been the trade-off heading into other teams' matches.
It's all about setting the site up. So let's say we spend 2 minutes 30 just doing general things, roam clearing, setting up a site. When we get ready for the execute within 30 seconds, we know that no one can sit or deny what we want to do. Yeah. So, for example, we've got somebody on big window, floors underneath the bar and billiards table. Those have been shot out, so the smoke can't just sit there and throw smoke cannons. Though it happens from time to time, it's just about setting it up properly and then executing. It's about the setup really more than just the execute.
Yeah, 2 prime examples I must point out of that is, firstly, as you said, your hookah billiards take, where you situated players in, firstly on the billiards window, then on aqua, and as well from down below, as well then on the kitchen service side. You actually pushed, I believe it was sticks on the Hibana to go for a plant in a 4-4 man count, and you just stuck it and got it. So you guys make it sound so easy in this interview now, because it's like I ask you a question and just, oh yeah, we just did this and this. But talk me through the comms. Is it that calm and collected when you're executing?
Oh, hell no. No. We try our hardest. We try our absolute hardest. And it's definitely been improving quite a bit, but there will always be a bit of a cluster when it comes to 20-second executes and because you've got 5 people who want to give their opinion, and you've got 3 seconds each max to give it. So it will always be a bit of shouting, and it's a matter of who shouts loudest gets the right call out.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, honestly, it's really great to see you guys in action and being able to pull the numbers that you have so far. You know, like you said, you've only had a couple of weeks together so far, and already the performance is looking really good. So I'm super excited to see what you guys have in store, and really well played to all of you, and GG in that game.
Yeah.
Same. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words.
I mean,
I'm very excited, especially with ATK. Very keen to see where we can go. Very, very keen.
Yeah, when looking at the future, it's good to take a look back, and in this short time you've had as a team, you've been in 2 big tournaments, esports faction, and now this. You've won both. So the future is looking pretty good for you guys, and especially being signed under as big of a organization is ATK. The future's looking good for you guys. How do you think you being acquired by ATK really boosted your motives or your spirits?
Motives have stayed the same. Just want to be the best and hopefully get somewhere. But as for support and like just morale in team, it's amazing. I can't say any other word than amazing. My vocabulary apparently isn't big enough. So far in the short time we've been with ATK, it's only been support, love. Special shout out to Bryce, been helping us with the whole move. So he's been making things a lot easier on us than what we expected. So we are very happy and very keen, very very happy.
That's really good to hear, man.
Sure, thank you guys. Thank you again for you guys casting. I appreciate that. Again, I know it's not everyone's like, oh, it's just talk. No, you don't just talk. Try and cast and see how easy it is. You run out of words to say very quick.
Yeah.
So kudos to you
thank you
guys.
so much, dude, and thanks for popping into the interview. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and thank
You
you
as
to
well.
everyone who watched. Have a good one.
Yeah, and well, that was the finals, and a pretty quick finals it was, as you know, ATK, they beat Team Chill and Rage 7-2, 7-1, both Cafe and Coastline, in what has been an incredible match. Thank you so much everyone for joining. This has been both Kanye Diffuse and Patrick Finnick. Our links are currently on the screen. Head to Patrick Finnick's Twitch channel as well as my YouTube channel and Twitch channel. Subscribe to both, and yeah, we will see you next time. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Cheers.
make sure to
Any
check out
final
all those
words?
socials, and we'll catch you again sometime.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and peace.